Good evening, guys. Welcome once more to Modelist Corner. You join us on the last week of the streams because after this here we're going to take an extended break for a few months, just to recharge our batteries, and mainly for me really. But yeah, glad you guys have stayed along for all these weeks out there. So hopefully this last stream here will be a good one for you. So once again here, joining us in Modelist Corner for the last time here for now is we have my good friend Tom Biddle.
Hello.
We have the wonderful Mr. Ben Hall.
Evening, everyone.
And we also have, returning once more, is our friend Max.
Hiya.
So, and hello everybody in the chat there. Hello Josh Productions, Timothy, Dan, and Maxwell. Hello. So, as usual, you guys have seen the streams many times before. You know the drill. We each have our own little model to make, and we sometimes throw a few helpful tips every now and again to you guys at home if you want to make your own models with us. So, yeah, let's get down to business. So, Tom, what are you going to work on tonight?
I've got nothing specifically planned for tonight, but I've got a few various things. I've got also do some work on the diorama, and perhaps do a couple of things on these wagons.
Max?
I sort of showed it last week, but I'll be continuing working on this NA locomotive.
Awesome. And Ben?
I'm going to be building tonight a 1 in 32 scale Morris Cowley kit, quite an old one. And that will be a nice bit of set dressing for my 10-cent model.
Nice. For me tonight, I was going to do a print-out kit from 3DK Kits Online, but unfortunately, I didn't get time today to actually print out the kit. So instead, I'm going to continue on making another one of these kits, these Metcalf kits that I promised my mate Casey Jr. that I would make for him. So that's pretty much what I'm going to work on today. So this one's a low relief pubs and shops kit, so should be interesting. I'm sure after this stream here, I definitely would like to go to the pub, but they're all shut.
I was just thinking that, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, right.
As long as Tom doesn't blow anything up.
Yeah. Right. Let me just change my camera and let's get down to business here. So,
You got a question, Mike? Any progress on Gordon? Any more tips on the Gordon affair?
not as far as I know at the moment here. Although the other day, actually, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I had some. I was watching Luke Ryan's video that he posted on the Nowgate Railway Museum's Twitter page, where he was doing a showcasing on Reverend Audrey's Henry, and that sort of sparked an idea in my mind. So I don't know. Maybe sometime, over the Christmas holidays, I'll probably maybe doing some work on Henry. But in terms of Gordon's case, I'll have to wait. I'll have to wait and see about getting his new wheels ordered off here. So, but once I get them ordered off, then I'll resume the build. Right. So, so how's your you guys' week's been?
It's been
Productive?
quite productive. Nah. Yeah, sorry, I've been my job. I've been working. I've been selling Christmas trees, that sort of thing. So many today. I think we had about 180 coming.
Blimey.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
Well, we sold 50. That's
And this week's been pretty uneventful for me because I've had a week off. Thank God.
So, good on you.
Yeah, no, I noticed you early today.
Sorry?
I noticed you early today.
All right.
Usually he's always late.
It's called fashionably late, okay?
It's so fashionably late, he comes ready dressed.
Okay, so
So fashionably late, I almost miss it.
I think
I don't know
that's
if you
the wrong
guys
kind of. I think that's the wrong kind of modelling.
I don't know if you guys noticed from the last stream, I've actually managed to get the scattergrass to work this time.
Oh, good.
I did. Yeah, I watched it back, and you kept electrocuting yourself.
Yeah, boy, was that fun to watch.
Oh, it's fun.
It wasn't static grass, it was just static Tom.
Yeah,
It was fun, just not for Tom.
yeah. Nothing's fun for me.
Oh dear.
But yeah, but no, I mean during the week I've also managed to get some of these. These are
Oh yeah.
they're the tufts, grass tufts. And it's just been basically it's been quite difficult. I've been trying to work out which colour suits. And I feel a bit like, I mean, not all of them have actually come in yet. Because I'm still waiting for some kind of wild sort of like wild draw flowers to come through. Which still haven't come yet for a week. But yeah, it's just I don't want to put them in certain places because I think certain spots might look better with the wildflowers. That makes sense.
Yeah.
What's good with these is actually because they're self-adhesive, you can actually peel. You can actually take them back off again. And because my area is kind of a mixture in sort of a dry and a very light green, I've got two sets here that look a bit too bit too bright or a bit too colourful. That makes sense.
Yeah, maybe like give it like a light coating of like brown paint.
So
or
I mean, these are the
something.
ones I've been using.
It's really it just depends on what season you're sort of looking to model your diorama on.
Ooh, they're out of season. I mean, just anything that looks a bit, just make it look a bit more realistic.
We're going
Yeah, you
back
don't want
into-
to be too vibrant.
We're going back into fashion again here. It's out of season.
It's
Well, I did do
all
something
season.
quite. I did do something quite. What I did was I got this. Sorry again. Do you remember we were talking about hairspray?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I managed to get some and it actually worked. Basically, I went to my sister's room and just nicked some of hers, but and also I did manage to get some self-adhesive glue. So spray adhesive, and I thought. I kind of stupidly just thought, just spray over the top of the grass mat here, it looked fine. But what it's done instead was it's left the kind of very, when in the morning when it's all very cold and damp and you can see like the cobwebs and things, you can see like the
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, when you get like the
The geo.
mist on cobwebs and that.
yeah, that's right, yeah. Well, that's what it's done on this patch.
Okay.
So
So it's winter you're going for.
got to make a wet diorama then. But
So sort of an autumny scene.
I guess you could say that, yeah. Which means how to keep this wet. It's fine, I've got some water. Like it. Right, so.
Oh God.
Another thing I've been doing is remember that wagon kit I've been making? The Cooper Craft, that episode where I lost my square?
Oh yeah.
Well, I managed to kind of make some more alterations to it. So, for example, this is a Cooper Crafts wagon kit. This is one I didn't think I was actually going to build. So I thought, in a way, of trying to make more compensated weight. What I've done is I've got some white metal buffer beams, and I just soldered it onto the bottom of the brass base. And what I'm probably going to do at some point is, if I can, get the white metal underframes attached underneath, and then just put the plastic bits underneath, and get the wheel tools, and then that's it. It's all finished.
Cool.
Another interesting fact. I think these Cooper Craft kits, these are the same ones that were used in Series 4 Thomas and Friends.
Okay.
So a lot of the underframes, a lot of the buffers and the coupling hooks and things they were used to make the narrow gauge wagons.
Right.
But I gave it to Tom Ditsky, so
Interesting.
he can make some stuff with it.
I think Cooper Craft make their own narrow gauge wagons as well.
Right. There's some questions.
What was it? I see Tom's Hills have survived then. Yeah, they've survived very well.
Yeah, just about.
The cracking hills.
I've also got a load, a wagon load here, which didn't fit in my wagon, so it just stayed on top of it.
Is that the wagon load? Is that like a solid piece or?
Yeah, it's like it was supposed to. Well, it was supposed to go on the tin plate Hornby O-gauge model, but it didn't fit in any of my wagon. So I'm probably just gonna keep it unless I get something really big. I'm probably just gonna leave it as it is. Just leave it on as a display. That makes sense. So someone's got a lot of luggage. It's like you stop at a station. Let's take one suitcase.
There's a lot of peanuts in them boxes.
Yeah.
Peanuts.
Well, a few barrels. Peanuts! Peanuts!
Say the line, Bart. Peanuts. Yeah.
Oh, there's
Good line.
and this is also my. I don't know if you remember, but a couple of streams I've had this wagon on display where it was half finished. It's nearly there. It's got put the buffers on, and then done.
Cool.
Oops. That's the problem with scale modelling is there's no excuses for lack of detail. In double O, it's all right.
Yeah, I suppose that the smaller the scale you go, there is a little more you can kind of get away with. But it all depends how much detail you want to put in.
I think with double O scales, like it's the more to do with the field of depth.
Mm.
Like places like Pendon, they put more focus on the space of the location, the modelling, rather than. I mean, obviously they put a lot of detail in their models and things, model trains, but when it comes to double O, it's not always the sort of main focus. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Unless I'm wrong.
Well, it's all open to interpretation. Different ways of doing the same thing.
Well, in my case, I just focus more on making sure that Malaya can actually perform, operations.
Yeah.
Well, I can't, Sergio.
I knew he was going to say that.
Wah, wah.
But yeah,
From-
just performing shunting maneuvers and stuff like that.
That's quite often the forgotten part of roller modelling. Does it run?
How well does it work?
Will it run? And more the question, does it chuff realistically?
Realistic chuffing sound.
I must have been watching that last week.
Yeah.
Oh, James May.
Yeah, it's Toy Story's thing.
I've been watching it a lot actually, just doing time and modelling.
Funny enough, actually, there was in his train race one. I remember hearing there was one line I actually misheard at one stage, or I didn't hear it properly, which was when James's Flying Scotsman reached the finishing line. Like when he tells Oz to embrace him, like Oz just literally just yells out the fat controller.
Oh yeah.
I thought, why did I not hear that?
Oh yeah, Oz Clark wasn't the back controller.
Yeah.
I did like the one model they tried was the UK's alternative power supply one, which was it the hydrogen powered Thomas?
Oh yeah, that was the second one. Yeah.
Was it called Dr. Ben's?
Dr. Ben's hydrogen fuel cell transport solution. That Nanzo couldn't even get the name right. This is Dr. Burns hydrogen
Oh.
fuel cell box.
Oh no!
What happened?
Yes.
When I was trying to put the buffers on this wagon, I've literally just broken the feed pipe,
Oh.
the brake pipe. Yeah.
But we're off to a good start then.
You can glue it back. You can glue it back on though, can't you not?
Yeah, but I didn't want to. Okay.
Something.
Something pinged off.
Glue it back on.
One thing that's one thing I'm actually amazed about with James May's was the Flying Scotsman, just how well it actually performed. It actually went the whole 10 miles, didn't it?
Yeah, the second time around, because he'd given it a complete full refurb, it did manage the whole length.
Yeah, because the first time when he did the only thing he did was I think was I don't know fix a brush or something, a brush.
Yeah, he hadn't really done a lot to it the first time around, I don't think. So of course, the poor thing barely made it out the starting gate.
I think he just assumed it was going to work.
Yeah.
And yet they burned out the that Hornby prototype high speed one.
Yeah. I didn't still. I think. It was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like a prototype at the end of the day. I mean,
Yeah. I think Hornby were best pleased.
Aye, because it was their prototype, wasn't it?
Mm.
right, so instead of fixing the model, I've broken it. Is it usually happens?
Rodimus Supreme, I spy in Earthrise Optimus Prime. Yes, it is one of many Optimus Primes I have. He's supervising.
Right, Lucas Nolan says, from what I have seen, O-scale modelling is more about detail the locomotive, rolling stock. However, O scale is used to get more feel for operations and the whole scene. Yeah, pretty much what I said. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's how I went through again.
It depends what you want to get out of the layout that you're building and how much space you've got.
Yeah.
It was down to me. I probably it's like you don't how do I say you don't buy the model railway for the house. You build it by the house the model railway. That's the way I do it.
Just model narrow gauge. It's the best of both worlds.
You're not wrong.
What was it? Do you guys ever watch that program, The Chase?
Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was watching it there during the week there, and the contestants won the game, and Bradley was asking the team so what are you going to win? What are you going to spend your money on? And some of them says, I'm just going to spend it on charity, and out there, I'm going to help boost the family business and there. And this other guy just says, well, some of it I'm going to give to some of my grandchildren, but if there's any left over, I'm going to buy it I'm going to spend it on a model engine. And I was watching, and I was sitting there next to after my dinner, and I turned around and I just announced, good choice, my man. And not once, and it's like this is also the first time, not once anybody on a quiz show or a television program actually laughed at somebody's choice of spinning on model trains.
Well, it's a very kind of sort of.
I think it was on The Chase. I saw one episode where, in the quickfire bit, they were asked the question, what popular TV series has the character named the Fat Controller? And the contestant genuinely went, the engine. No, Thomas the Tank Engine.
So, do you think it's a case of they didn't want to say or they genuinely didn't know?
I don't know. The engine.
They just don't know. I think there are some people like that in real life.
Mind you, when I was interviewed for a promotional video for a model railway show that I was attending there, they actually did say in the news feed there that railway modelling has often been given some mockery every now and again, like
Understatement of the year.
gentle mockery. And it's like, yeah,
Well, they do. I mean, she kind of. I mean, I don't want to say it's a mockery. 'Cause I can see it was a bit of fun, but I remember that video where you demonstrate your layout on exhibition, and this girl was sort of the presenter was sort of going like choo choo.
yeah, that's the girl. Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah.
I don't understand choo choo because trains go chuff and woo. They don't go choo.
That's
You
true.
miss- The only time a train goes chew is when it's eating coal.
Yum yum yum.
No, it's only going choo choo.
But then it goes nom nom.
No, it only goes choo choo when Thomas is he's eating chewing gum. No.
Thomas and the chewing gum.
One weird question I've seen is what the answer basically they had to fill in the gaps for SP. The answer was self-portrait, and the woman went self-potato. Yeah.
Are you a self potato?
Do you like self-potato things?
There's a baked potato taking the photograph as well. Thank you, baked potato.
God, that feels like a different time, doesn't it? The re-release, I guess. But...
Ooh, Thomas and the exploding baked potato.
Thomas and his potatoes.
No.
That's what happened. That's what happens when you. That's what happens when you put a jack of potato in the microwave. It bloody explodes.
Unless you prick it.
Ooh.
Wow.
Right, so one thing I did last night was I made a mould. I made some more axle boxes.
Uh-huh.
So this is going to go on future. This will hopefully be used again in future wagons. But one of the things I did was I ordered a set of W irons, and they come with like a set of 3 different style axle boxes. So all I've done is make copies of them, so I don't have to keep buying the packs of W irons just for these blocks.
Right.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
If you understand that,
Yeah, I understand.
well, I hope you do.
Well, you better, because I'll be asking questions later.
You better.
There'll be a
because
test.
I don't explain twice.
Sorry, could you say that again, please? I didn't catch that.
Ah! Right.
Listen very carefully. I only see this once. What? Could you speak up, please? I can't hear you.
Okay, that's that one done.
Right. Bit. Right.
Guess I could look around then. One thing I'm going to try and do, so what I'm doing is I'm putting these grass tufts on. But I don't want to make them all look, they're all kind of the same sort of, what's the word? It's the same amount of grass used on each tuft. So what I'm going to try and do is cut some of it down,
Mm-hmm.
make it uneven.
Do you have a scale lawnmower for that?
No, unfortunately.
Mind you, I've seen people use like barbers' hair clippers there for cutting the grass in their layouts.
Oh, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I use fingernail clippers. I also use this for things like cutting up, like small, if I'm cutting a piece off next grass kit, I use them to just clear off the excess. They're quite good for that. I'll just take this off for a second and just cut away. So, how was your day at the office?
Wasn't that good. Lost
Wasn't that-
Lost a few deals.
Oh yeah.
The water cooler broke down again, so conversation there was not much. Some bugger kept putting my stapler in jelly.
How do you know it was me?
Well, that's obvious.
Oh, shh. Sugar. I haven't got any sugar. Okay, so I'll just put some. So I've just cut these up and just spread them out a little bit more. It's always difficult. I find it always quite difficult with putting things like little small details in terms of grass tasks and that, because you kind of want it to blend in rather than look obvious. If that makes sense. So like sometimes you can sort of point. You can sometimes point out, oh, this one's had like 3 bits put in. Was it 4 sort of thing? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean.
Right. If it wasn't sticking properly, I'm going to use some glue.
Have any of you guys seen the new Animaniacs yet?
The new one?
The new Animaniacs series?
I haven't.
No, I've not seen it either yet.
I didn't realise it was going ahead. Is it the same cast as last time?
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I've heard mixed reviews about it, but I'll make up my own mind when I actually do get a chance to see it.
I'll remind me later on. I'll send you a link to it.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, there actually are some jokes that actually are quite good. There's even some I actually was quite surprised they got away with.
I think a lot of people just think it's going to be just another reboot of another show, and they usually tend to be quite the same kind of humour. If that makes sense.
Well, that's the thing though, because it's there was a thing I saw online saying that there were some fans or the companies are saying, like, you know, the reason why this series might not be doing too well is because it's exactly the same style as the original. And I'm like, but isn't that not okay?
Isn't that kind of the point?
Yeah, it's kind of it's the one show that actually listens to the fans.
Even though they even do admit though in one of their opening songs, like there's basically a bit of a spoiler here, but there is actually a scene where they actually have to they sing a song called the Catch Up Song.
Oh,
And where they're like trying to catch up as to what's been happening since they were away. And I think that they stopped when they got as far as 2018. They said, like, you know, but this show is being written in 2018. How will we know what's going to happen in the next 2 years? Well, let's just guess then. and funny enough, here what they guessed what's going to happen. Some of it is actually close. It's actually true.
seriously?
Yeah, there's actually one scene where you see Dot actually is wearing a mask.
Oh,
In predicting coronavirus, and I'm like, wow, okay, that's something.
maybe that's the last minute thing.
Sorry.
Maybe that's the last minute thing, because nowadays it's a lot quicker to get some animation. You know, like in the past it would have been cells, so they would have had to redraw the whole scene again. But with computer animation, you can kind of.
Well, I don't know actually. I don't know what they used, or what they did. But
I miss Freakazoid was one of my favourite shows as a kid. It's the same people as well.
yeah, I think there was talks about a new Freakazoid series. I'm not sure.
I loved there's one episode of Freakazoid where Tim Curry's in it, and they kind of land on this. They land on this. They land on this like sort of,
Wendell.
yeah. It's like I said you're hungry. I bred a casserole. Mum, Ringo, take away. like, uh, like, who are you? There'll be time for questions later. No, there won't. The show's over in 10 minutes. Well, if you hadn't wasted all that time on the plane, hello, Robert Cunningham.
Oh, hey, Rob. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm not very far away as usual. I hope you'll be able to sort of make out just about what I'm doing. I'm just cutting some of the tufts in half, trying to kind of spread out a little bit more and make it just a bit more, just make it a bit more scenic. That's what I can think of.
I was going to say that it helps if you move the camera a little closer.
My camera's built into my laptop. Everyone looking forward to get out of lockdown soon?
Oh, I hope so. To be honest, I haven't really seen my mates at the Model Railway Club for like a couple of weeks now, and we really are like quite behind. We really are quite behind in our replica of Northwestern. But like but during that time, like like I think I mentioned before, like we bought we got a whole load of like O gauge track, and it's when I didn't realize exactly how much exactly we got, and it turned out to be quite a lot actually.
Oh yeah, you actually got quite a few, didn't you?
Yes, yeah, because when the guys were saying like we're just gonna go out and get it here, I thought there was gonna be somebody at the club to open up, but I was the only one who had the key, had a spare key made. So
No.
So they called me to come out of lockdown or isolation to come and open up the club, but I had to stay within distance range then, so they couldn't. But yeah, I was shocked there to see like the amount of track we have. In fact, I actually borrowed a piece of the track there. Apparently it's.
You know what borrowed stands for?
Yeah, I borrowed. I just borrowed a bit there because we got loads of the stuff in boxes and boxes at the back of the club there. So, but that's it there.
Very nice.
It's all handmade apparently.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so like the chair, the rail chairs and the rails themselves were all like Stallboard and bought that there, but all the sleepers and all actually were all.
It's all handmade track.
Handmade and creative there. Apparently, we heard from the seller that some of the sleepers are actually made from clothes pegs.
All right.
Which is quite cool.
That's quite
Resourceful.
It's quite chunky as well. Like the just the sleepers.
Well, it's track from. It's all from. It was made in the '60s, like apparently. So it has some vintage quality to it there. But we're going to try and see if we can get it converted to two rail. Because the guy who persuaded us, the club member who persuaded us to buy it, wants to have it running outside in the garden of our club room and out there, and I'm still trying to think how on earth we're going to do it.
Yeah.
But the thing is though is that all these boxes of track out there, it's actually taking up the whole area of our section of the place that we've set up our club. So if we're working on the Northwestern thing, we have no access to it because of all these boxes in the way.
Well, if you run out of ideas,
No, Tom.
You can always give it to me.
Run out of ideas. Does that actually happen?
Nope.
No.
Oh,
We have ways. Anyway, we actually are going to see about having it run outside in the garden out there and make up a wee garden railway of some sort. And I'm gonna have a try. I might have a go maybe at some stage. Probably maybe save until the summer, but have a go at making scratch build my own logos.
Blimey.
oh yeah.
And yeah, so just give that a shot. I would like to just for fun's sake. I think I would like to try and have a go at making the train from Wallace and Gromit because it looks very simple enough to make.
Oh yeah.
When air gauge or
Yeah, I think on in Wallace and Gromit there, I think the trains were gauge 1.
okay.
Really?
Well, in Wallace and Gromit's scale
Well,
form, they're
oh, I
gauge
see
1,
what you mean.
but
Yeah.
whereas in reality they're actually heavily modified Hornby models.
Yeah.
So
If you want a Wallace look like a cylinder, just get Chris.
Yeah, because I did wonder that the because it's only running on a little 040 chassis that engine. I did wonder if it was like a modified Hornby, would it have been one of those little 040 tank engines?
It does look like it, yeah, because they don't
I'd say it was
crossheads.
yeah, because I'd say it was probably like one of those the wee saddle tank ones there. But then there's another train that appears later on, and I think it was just basically just sitting on just a pair of just standard wagon wheels apparently. So there were some trains that didn't actually operate like properly. I think that the blue one you see at the train chase at the end, I think that was the only one that was powered because they needed it to move during the whole animation sequence.
See, what I like best about that the whole thing was actually a lot of people who read the script before said that you would never be able to achieve this.
Yeah, so many people said no, you won't be able to do it, and they're just like, watch me.
Wasn't there also the thing that the whole storyline was based around that scene? We thought it'd be a great idea to have.
That
a
was
train
actually
chase in the
that was
living
actually the first scene to be storyboarded apparently.
room.
And I don't know. I think Nick Park said he just based it off the old cowboy films out there, where they always took place on train stuff and out there. But apparently, I heard this interview, but with the guys from Aardman, and they were talking about the train chase, about how they did it, and apparently they filmed it twice in one stage. Where the first time they filmed it, they were trying to make sure, like, they had a proper dolly camera and all set up there, and all the rigs and all stuff there, so you can get a nice clean pan shot. But when they looked it back again, it was too clean.
Yeah.
Too clean.
It was far too clean. So the workshop surfaces they were on, it was very on level, and so they just carried on again, used the same thing, but didn't use the dolly system. They just literally just pulled the camera along on the set of wheels that they had across the set. And when they played it back again, you see the cameras all like shaking all over the place, and it actually they said it apparently it worked. That actually it got what we wanted, like, in the end. So
Oh, I see what you mean. So basically, because it was all a bit bumpy in the camera angles and things, actually.
yeah. So like when they're moving on, the camera's just going like all out there, and you can see the edge of the set in some stage.
Because I always assumed that basically what they did with the close-ups, so they just moved. The puppets would stay in the same position, but the set would move. Do you know what I mean? They would drag the set forward. So the set would move, but not the puppets.
Yeah. It's like So when they're taking the film shot there, they actually would literally push the puppets on or the train on an actual rod that's attached to the camera, so that it blurs the backdrop.
Right. Okay.
Because again, this is all like before like computer graphics and all were done.
That's why I think.
Other times.
I mean, I'm quoting Christine Green on this, but I agree with this strongly. Like, I mean, that's why I like best about doing films like that in real life, because with things like special effects and CGI and all that, it becomes dated.
Yeah.
And
An old boy does become dated. Sorry.
Sorry.
This is what I'm looking for.
2 body sides, right?
So just don't mind me. I'm just looking for some inspiration and references.
Funny enough, I was watching the. I saw the trailer for the. You ever hear the Shark Boy and Lava Girl film series? They're making that. There's another one coming out there, and I was watching it there, and I saw the CGI effects in it there, and I thought to myself, oh god, it looks so bad.
No, what? Sorry.
You ever watch the Spy Kids series?
Oh yeah, I was a fan of them.
Yeah. But apparently, well, the guy who does it there, he's done another one. He brought out one called Shark Boy and Lava Girl, but apparently he's doing a sequel to it now.
Right.
And I was looking at the special effects for it there, and I saw them. I was like, oh god, these look terrible. It's like so cheap. It's like it's 2020. Like, you know, you could have at least like actually have seen, like, you know, there's more groundbreaking like CGI technology out there that like makes everything look so convincing. Yet this here is still on the cheap side, even though that's what the guy was intending to go for, like that cheap style of CGI.
That's what makes it so popular. It's just such a it's so badly done.
Yeah.
Just out of interest, you know, when you go around rockeries and things, when you go around, if you had to go around any sort of surroundings like this,
Yeah.
would you? Can you recall seeing like moss all over the rocks and things?
Yeah, sometimes it could be like if you get like maybe a bit of a green, like have a slight green wash on some of the rocks, like the algae and all, that could probably work.
Because I wasn't sure if you'd only. I mean, I'm still trying to work out. I mean, it seems more likely you'd see them in the sort of like a wooded area or by the sea and things. But
Oh yeah, especially if it's like it's more a case of depending on like the elements, because if it's been untouched or there's no like wind or weathering, then yeah, you would more likely get stuff growing on it. But if it's exposed to the elements more, then it's more likely to get worn down.
yeah, because my
It's why you're more likely to find mossy bits in like woodlands and that, as you say.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. What I was thinking about was adding a bit of. Cause I've got some green scatter I could put on this, but at the same time, this is kind of in a sort of top of the mountain type location.
Yeah, if it's on the top of the hill, you might find a tiny bit in like the crevices and that, but nothing that much.
Nothing too major. Yeah.
Yeah, don't want to go overboard with it.
Tom, Dan's asking for you to put your trees on the scene, see how it looks.
The trees.
The trees you made.
God. They're really out of scale.
Shush, cat.
Is that your cat, Ben?
It's one of them. Yeah, she's gone and perched herself on the back of my chair.
Oh.
So I've got Optimus Prime and the cat overseeing what I'm doing.
Optimus cat.
Optimus feline.
So this is really out of scale. There we go.
Well, it depends how long the tree's been growing for, I suppose. But yeah, it's a bit big.
It's
Yeah.
massive.
It's bigger than your average tree.
These trees are big.
On my railway, you have big trees.
Smurfy Dan has noticed the train running. Thanks.
Yeah, if I want to make more, I'm probably going to have to start really measuring up what tree size it should be. But yeah, things like this maybe, or
Yeah.
that's way too big.
That's what,
Just a smidge.
Oh, just make me do this.
I can't believe you've done this.
How dare
You monsters.
you blew it up?
Damn you to hell.
Yeah, that was a bit of fun. Okay, so I think this is a question from Max. What make is the 009 engine?
I made it myself, sort of. Yeah, sorry, one sec.
Oh yeah. Is that through Shapeways or is that from?
Yeah, sorry. It came up at just the point of gluing something and going, yeah, is this the right place to glue it?
Uses.
That'll do. Sorry. Right, so yes, the it's a MIDI trains Fiddletown and Cutterologist, or however you meant to say it, which is sort of an American outline loco. But it's got outside cranks on it, so I've used the chassis for that, and then designed my own 3D printed body of a Kerr Stewart tattoo.
Ooh.
So there's one preserved with the name Stanhope, but also Chorus number 4, now Tallyfin number 4, is a sort of a similar modified tattoo to run on 2'3", but this is just the 2-foot version. So you can purchase these from Shapeways, if you don't mind me plugging, Michael.
That's all right. Get people's Christmas shopping done, really.
Yeah, actually, because I got an email saying that there's going to be a Cyber Monday offer from
Ooh.
Shapeways. I don't know what it will be yet, but buy all the things. I know I
The
will.
new enemy from Doctor Who, Cyber Monday.
Is there anything going on for Black Friday?
Sorry?
Is there anything going on for Black Friday?
I'm not aware of that such. No, they don't usually, because the idea of Cyber Monday is for online retail. But with the year we've had, all real retail is online, isn't it?
Yeah.
So many shops have closed down because they're in competition with their own website. That's
Dan's asked a question for all of us here. Would you ever build Ivor the engine and have it cameo on your layouts from time to time? Actually, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind making an Ivor.
the engine. Sorry, what's the question again?
Would you ever make Ivor the engine?
Of the engine. Oh,
Yeah.
if I can get a good.
I wouldn't mind doing that because I know my missus. She was more into sort of Ivor than Thomas when she was little. She was introduced to Ivor first. So yeah, I wouldn't mind having a little Ivor running on a layout.
There's actually a company that actually does sell a brass kit you can make of Ivor for both Gauge and Double
Pro gauge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I saw one made up, and it had DCC sound.
Yeah.
And the
I think
sound.
the guy who designed Ivor for the TV season I think he helped with like designing the model, I think.
Oh, provided makers' drawings.
Something like that, yeah.
You might have to link me to that. I might have to consider that in that case.
Right, well, give me a sec here. Let me get this here stuck on now. Find them.
Oh, fine. No. Do it after the stream. After the stream, we'll just. Right.
Have to buy it right this second.
I mean, to be honest, in terms of cameo locos, I've actually been given an engine today for that's actually it's fictional. It's it only appears in one film.
Ooh.
I've been spoilt today, because I don't really ask for like birthday presents or Christmas presents really. I mean, I don't like. So I'm just so used to if I want something, I'll just go and get it myself. If it makes sense. So, but recently I bought a pannier, and I was in between two colours, and unfortunately, I know I posted on Twitter saying I was hoping to have it running, but basically it didn't work, so I had to send it back to the company. But my parents very gratefully got me this.
Wow.
Nice.
And if any of you guys don't know, this is the pannier that was used in the Railway Children.
In the 70s version.
Yeah, because I was in between this and the one I bought. And they very kindly got me anyway.
Now, I'm sure. I'm sure everybody have their own like version of the Railway Children out there. But what would you say was your like you guys' favorite?
I think
Because
this.
I know there were 3 versions done.
Well, I like I like the one they did where they swapped the roles where Jenny Agutter. Is it Jenny Agutter? Yeah. She played the mother.
Oh, that's the 2001, isn't it?
Yeah, but the only thing about it was they used a familiar railway. They didn't quite like what they did with the pannier. They kind of, do you know what I mean? They made it. What can I say? They customized their own railway. If that makes sense. They customized the railway that's in the books.
Right.
And with that 2001 film, they just basically used what was on the Blu-ray railway that year.
Yeah.
Do you think that's fair?
What was I going to ask there? Dan Hornby, if you could send me a picture of your Ivor through messages on Twitter, I can showcase it here on the stream here if you want. Because I want to see this.
I'm amazed by that actually, because I mean, I've never seen it on, not even on the O Gauge scale Facebook page.
Well, it's just, I think it's made by one company here or somewhere or other. But yeah, it runs on like it. It's just it has a custom chassis out there, but it fits with Slater's wheels, I think, modified Slater's wheels.
Slater's wheel. Okay. Thanks, guys. We appreciate that.
Now you need nice coaches now for it.
Coaches.
Yeah, doesn't the engine have pull coaches?
It did pull coaches, but I don't think they've made them.
I'm sure you can get them in O-Gauge, because I mean, I've seen the guy from Model Rail has made a model of Oakhurst Station.
I think. Oh yeah, I thought as well. I think he made that. I think he made those himself. I think he made the engine himself as well, because I can't remember. I think
I've seen one in Double O. Is that
Yeah,
his Bartman train pack?
Yeah.
and Bachmann, they actually made the station building as well.
Yeah, in the resin form, yeah. Right, give me a wee second here.
Right. Just trying to work out what more. I mean, the only thing I've got problem I have is because I'm using a dry because this layout is very dry. If that makes sense. And there's not a lot of green foliage. I'm worried that if I put some of these more vibrant and brighter and darker colours on, it might stand out just too much.
Right.
Hmm.
Which one's that? That's okay.
It's hard mimicking nature, imitating nature. I think. I'm still trying to work out what to put along here. But yeah, so Ben, what we were saying earlier, the moss and things. Do you think it's what I was thinking of doing was because I've got these small amounts that sort of the kind of shelter from the high bits. Do you think I should put moss somewhere in these little cracks here?
Yeah, because it tends to grow in more sheltered areas.
Right. Okay.
Right, Tom. This is the Ivor model.
Oh wow,
So that's
Yeah,
the
it's
O-Gauge.
an etch brass kit, isn't it?
Yeah.
that's fantastic. And how much is it?
It's about. Hang on a sec. I'll show you in a sec.
And does it come with the transfers?
£137.
Oh, okay.
£50. 7mm etched brass model kit of Ivor. The engine. The model is designed to run on standard 7mm gauge track. Some additional parts required to finish: Slater's wheels, pickups, markets, gauge 1, short-handled handrail knobs, motor and gearbox. A commercial license is in place for production of this product. So, yeah, this is like a licensing. But they also do one of these in 00 scale as well, and P4 or EM gauge as well. So there's the
Wow.
00 scale one for 65 pound. That's the that's how how it comes in the kit form,
Hmm.
and then that's the chassis with side rods. So I think there is like if you look it up online, you can actually you can find some various examples. Though I've seen people have made either using this money box to run on road
Oh
gauge.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I've seen that.
yeah. They've used. What was it? There is one on YouTube, but they've used that for sort of rough gauge one scale.
Yeah,
But they pretty much built the whole
That's-
chassis from scratch and used was it wagon wheels for
yeah.
for that?
The chocolate.
That's that's the same that the other brass kit as well was being made. So there's like 3D printed parts for the funnel, dome, whistles, lamps.
I think I might have to consider that then.
So
It's not. It's about the same price as the J70. I mean, that's the Toby the Tram kit.
yeah,
You know,
I'm just looking up this video here as well. That's it running on somebody's layout. If it thing loads,
oh wow.
there you go.
Oh, look at that.
Size of it as well.
Oh, and it's got narrow gauge. There you go.
Bang straight into buffers.
Oh, do you remember the playing on train simulator?
Yeah,
And it would go, and like it would go and the vast would go like
It went nuts.
yeah.
it's actually pretty cool, huh?
Is that
Yeah.
is the other engine then? It was that what was it? I can't remember what they did. Was it a Peckett that was converted to look like other?
I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that still operational?
As far as I know, it still is.
I know it went up for sale recently, but I'm not sure they found a buyer.
Hmm.
But yeah, Tom, I've sent you a thing of the link of the thing.
Okay.
So let's see, what was the other one I saw there?
So right, this is gonna be quite interesting. Also, I was just thinking about the moss. So what I've got here, this is some green stuff that I made. I've used it on my previous dioramas. What I'm basically going to do is these little areas here. I'm just going to put my little cutout here. Just going to apply it to the areas. See how it looks.
Yeah, Max's Hobby Productions Dapple kits very tricky to build if you want them with paint them with enamel. Acrylics are better suited. Yeah, I would agree with that. Enamels can be a bit of a pain.
Yeah, I remember I actually once had issues with the homebrew gold paint. Like every time I was using like any homebrew metallic paints out there, I always had issues that was it probably mixed or something. But
Yeah, the earlier Citadel gold paints had a similar issue, but I think the problem with gold is that it's a bit like yellows. It can sometimes have weak pigment.
yeah,
Right. Okay.
So most of the time you have to try and do multiple thin coats, otherwise it ends up looking all gloopy and horrible.
Right. I've just put a little bit of green scatter on it. It looks a little bit too lumpy for me. I might just have to use something like. What I've actually got is some chalk pastels. So I can use that. What I've done in the past, I've actually converted them to. I'll show you. I've used them to make some weathering powders in the past.
Yeah.
I've done that. I use that same method as well.
Yeah, chalk pastels. And I've just knocked something over. Okay.
Yay.
Well, no one's in this business for cleanliness, is there? Okay.
Nope. Max has asked if I any updates on Toby. No updates yet on Toby. It's work on him has become very slow at the minute here. It's just because of work and stuff out there and stuff at home out there has been taking me away from railway modelling for a bit there. So I just had to take a break for a bit. But maybe over the Christmas holidays I might do some more work on him, or maybe I might do another video where just try and finish him off. But we'll get there. We'll get there slowly. Slowly and surely.
We can do this. Let's do it together. Right. I was actually amazed at how many people have not actually bought the. I was looking at because the Railway Children's pannier came out at the same time as a lot of the British Rail, the old black ones, and one Great Western Green livery one.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that's saying the least, it happens to be the Railway Children one.
Well, unless you
'Cause I
want
think-
Keighley.
I think it's because if you think about it in terms of scale modelling, a lot of people tend to go for the ones that they can use on multiple layouts.
Whereas in their case, whereas in the Railway Children's case, they can only use it on one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's probably maybe a bit too specific.
I can kind of see what they're going through with it. Like, I think they're hoping that it would be a big seller, and to be fair, it probably would be.
I mean, what interests me is
No.
that London Transport ones don't usually sell quite well, and yet don't see
Yeah,
an abundance of London Transport layout.
I think the price on those was a bit extra because apparently it costs to use the London Transport logo and things costs a bit extra. Does that make sense? Like the copyright for using London Transport on their logos. What's that? 8 o'clock. Right. Ew.
Who, may I ask, is playing music or a video in the background? No, not me.
It's
Not me.
No.
It's you.
Is it you?
Super bright there.
I can only think if it was one
If
of my
anybody
mates, but-
anybody was playing
No,
music
it's not
on
you,
this
cat.
if anybody was playing music from my bed there, I would have known.
Yeah.
This thing would have got a copyright strike already.
If anyone's playing music near, they get booted out. It's purely so they get locked out again. Oh, okay.
I mean, I guess there is the potential for it to be one of my neighbours. Can't hear anything.
Leave that to sit.
Dan says he sent something else to showcase, right? I'll just get up in a sec here, just get this pin in first.
Cat noises.
Yes, I know you want attention. You always want attention.
Well, down the cat.
Sorry?
Down on the cat.
Not saying.
Okay.
You've got
No
competition.
comment.
You've got competition there, Dan.
Okay, that's looking a lot better actually. And
Right, let's have a look here.
I'm doing a sort of dry brush with what I've done is I've just put the mix of chalk in with some water and I'll just giving it like a sort of. Before it was looking a bit too bright, but now I've watered it down, like just extracted it a little bit more.
Yeah, because if you've done like only a small amount, you can easily just add more layers to it if you want to.
Yeah, I don't want to go too far because just enough to kind of make it a little bit more. Because basically, the location I'm doing it on, I don't know how much is too much. If that makes sense.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The cat's got quite a very high pitched yelp there.
She does, yeah.
Mine's just like meow,
Meow.
meow. Well, he is old. Mine is good.
No, bless her. This one, she's a rescue. She's only got one eye, and she's actually an abuse case. Someone
really?
was being someone was being a previous owner was being abusive, and we're like the fourth or fifth home that the animal rescue have tried to rehome her with.
Seriously, 4/5. Wow.
But the thing is, though, it's only a 2-week grace period, and for this poor girl, that's just not long enough for her to settle in.
No,
Is it? No, it's not.
bless her. Well, good on you for being the final resting point. You know.
No, absolutely. You know, she's loving it. Didn't you? You want to come say hello? Here you go.
Oh,
Oh, cutie.
Have a
How's
look
she-
round, Ayla.
wow.
Here you go. Off you go. Good girl.
I can say no to that. For that.
Exactly. She's lovely.
Okay, so I just. Yeah, I think I've applied less of that. Yeah, look, that's the stuff.
Right.
Sorry, every wee second. I'm just seeing something there.
Body onto chassis. No.
Right, let's see if I can get this up.
You need a minute, Michael.
You are?
Continuing the get it up jokes. Oh dear. That didn't go down well.
Nope.
Oh no.
Oh, wow. Sounds a bit rude.
Well, I thought after Tom's static graph.
Every time I see your train maps, I keep thinking if it was alive, we'd say, make it stop.
Going
What's
round,
the rest?
round. Well, actually, by coincidence, I was just thinking of changing it. So
The funny, I was listening to James May's, coming back to James May here again. I was listening to his audiobook version of the Reassembler. Yes, he's done a Reassembler audiobook, which is
reassembler.
yeah. But he talks about he does like a big talk about Hornby Railways and stuff like that. I'll see if I can dig out the book or something and read a passage of it there, because there's a very funny bit in it there that he talks about in terms of the production of Hornby. But there was one scene, like, you know, if you ever get your it just finishes at the end saying, if you ever want to get your train set out, get your train set out, and don't set up a very complicated layer. Just set up a simple oval of track, and set the train going. But it just goes round and round. People will just say, yes, it goes round and round, and so does the world, and it's lovely.
Trains
So
make the world go round.
Very sarcastic. I love his sarcasm.
this wasn't sarcasm.
Ah.
Right. Right, Dan's just after sending this here. He just wants to show here. So this isn't the Eye for the Engine one here. This is something else he's working on. That's pretty cool.
Oh.
Huh?
Look at that.
Oh wow.
That is pretty awesome. Huh?
I like the fact that he didn't do. You only just did like a small segment of that, you know. I mean, do you plan to extend that, or is it?
I don't know.
I mean, the bridge, for example, just looks.
What is your plans for this down here? Do tell in the comments here. Do you know what? Do you know what I actually really do like about this? What I really what? No, it's not that. There, it's that. What I really like about this here is that Dan has chosen the most perfect drink to accompany this model, which is Pepsi Max.
Oh,
Hidden details, eh?
Good choice of drink, my man. Good choice of fizzy drink.
I beg to
Oh.
differ, sir.
Oh dear.
well, no, I would agree with Pepsi Max. I prefer the diet.
Oh.
Ugh.
I have a controversial favourite feature of that model.
Oh yeah.
Right.
It's not purple.
Oh.
No,
Yeah,
but the
what-
Snow's engine's green.
Well, that's what I mean. Is it's actually green? It's a metal of.
To be honest, I prefer the Swiss colours to the ones in the book.
Yeah.
I think. What was it? I forgot it. And one of the members on he's actually been on the stream. He actually did a. I think he did an experiment where the colours changed from purple to a sort of blue, and I thought it looked. And I thought that could work if half of them were purple and some of them were blue. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was a period when the Snowdon Mountain had engines in all sorts of different colours, which I think was quite common for many railways at the time. But
There was something for me to find out about because I found this page where it was showing magazine illustrations where they were trying to work out it looked like they're trying to get the public to vote for what was the appropriate colour, what colour the new Southern Railway should be.
okay,
And they had 4 variations, and obviously the Southern green with the white stripes and black border was picked. But they had a version of it where it was blue with the black border and white stripes, and they also had 2 brown versions.
Right.
Yeah, I'll have to show you at some point. But yeah, I guess I just kept thinking, if I was doing a model of something, I'd probably make a model of the locomotive that was actually, because they're trying to work out what would suit the Southern Railway.
Dan's asked, did you get an answer for the side rod question you asked on Facebook yesterday? Yeah, somebody's going to see about... I'm going to get contact with somebody, one of the guys who messaged me back there, says he's going to send me some O-gauge bullhead track to try out. So, basically it's for the Triang GT version of Thomas that I want to try. So,
okay.
apparently the side... I found out that the Triang GT version of Thomas, it was fitted with Romford's Triang conversion kit, but I did buy one. Unfortunately, the side rods were a bit too short, so
Okay.
Oh, you go. Has asked, well, what competition did he was he meant to get there? You were in competition about who to get the most attention from, you or the cat.
Well, she's gone now, so.
Oh,
No.
Hey, back it off.
The cat forfeits.
Yeah. You win. You win by technicality.
Well, God, imagine if you brought May out.
well, no, May's not right. Is not here right now. So, in fact,
Yeah.
May's going to be moving out from my place there because I don't know what's wrong with her. She's acting up really strange, really. These last few days, she gives off she has a thing against my sister. I don't know what's wrong, but every time when she's with my niece not there, May just really doesn't like her. With my sister being with her children, I was like, that's not fair.
Okay.
So, and she's been barking at her as well, so I'm thinking I'll have to see about doing something about that.
It's not like a joke, but what would happen if Ben's cat started meowing and May heard it?
No, she wouldn't. Really take it. She wouldn't take any notice. Mind you, she has a thing here. There's one thing here about which I also found very strange as well. Every time we get visitors or like delivery men come up here, May is alright with them for a bit. Sometimes she would bark at them at that there, but absolutely no trouble or whatsoever. But it's when they leave, that's when she starts barking like uncontrollably.
Yeah.
And even to
Okay.
even to the point where she actually chases after them, like whilst barking. I'm like, why are you doing this?
Why are you so mental?
Yeah.
Maybe just don't want them to leave. Like, you are my new friend. I don't want you to leave.
See, my dog's like reminds me of an internet troll. Well, what do you might do?
Where are you
Basically,
going with this?
Does he do the troll face? You
well,
know-
no, the one means like he would bark, but then when I open the door, he would and see the person who's knocking the door. He would kind of get all like oh, he wouldn't be so tough, and he would act all tough and everything. You know what I mean?
All right.
What I mean by internet troll is like, you say all this stuff online, but then when you meet them in person, you're like, oh, hi, how you doing? Were you talking about me? No.
Yeah, I was getting
You talking about me?
I was getting petrol this afternoon and pulled up behind a car which had a dog in the boot, and it was all just calm and whatever. And I was, oh well, I'm gonna have to wait, so I'll turn my engine off. The moment that the owner returned back to the car, I thought I'd turn my engine on, and the car the dog went mental. Like, it's all right. I've just started the car. It's just as noisy as it was when I arrived. I don't calm down.
There's a dog that lives in the town near to me, and it was every time I go into this, I always go to the shop, the corner shop or whatever, to get like the usual stuff in there. The owner always does their shopping there as well, but they always leave the dog outside, and the dog's constantly barking at the customers out there. But the funny thing is, the dog barks in tune, like it literally barks a tune, and it keeps repeating that tune all the time.
Is it a known tune? Or?
Yeah, it's like she no, what was it? The dog I do know the tune, but I just like, what is the tune? But the dog just goes like "Row, row, 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 row," kind of there. It does that all the time. That's the tune it would do. And I was the last time I saw it there, I was coming in. There was a girl at the door there at the shop there. Sanitizing everybody's hands as you go in, and she's watching the dog and she's laughing her head off at this dog, and because everybody else is laughing at her, and the dog is barking a tune. What
Yeah, I think
what
I've
else?
heard a similar
What else?
tune.
What else? What else are you gonna do? So she keeps turning around and she's like, he's not gonna stop anytime soon, and. To which one I says, well, I says the funny thing is that it's barking in tune. Like that's actually it's barking in rhythm. That's very rare for a dog. And she's like, oh my god, it is. So I never found out whose owner it was. I would actually love to see that. I'd love to see the owner, but
Rhythm and bark.
yeah,
Maybe
barking.
around them.
Rhythm and bark.
My favourite dog Fenton is Fenton.
Fenton!
Fenton! For God's sake, Fenton!
Jesus Christ, Fenton!
Now it gets to the point where if anyone says that, I'd just follow it up with a Fenton.
I think my favourite one was the guy who I don't know how he timed this, but it was like a conversation with a dog, and he
Oh, aye.
like
The
a
other one.
like you know that bacon, bacon. That was like the maple cart, yeah.
Yeah, I took it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think he dubbed it afterwards, like I suppose.
well, he did,
Well,
yeah.
I've just made a conversation to fit that.
Yeah, that was perfect timing.
I think the one he did. I think was he another same guy who did the one with the squirrel. It was
Oh,
like-
Alan.
No. It's a different one. It was the one where it's like it videotapes the squirrel. The squirrel's like chewing a nut there, but it sounds like the squirrel's actually saying something very quickly. So he does the voiceover saying, like, the squirrel's sort of speaking very quickly, going, "Thank you so much, Sarah, for all the lovely nuts. I think they're super amazing. Thank you so much," and all that.
Oh,
It's so
I
weird.
think there's quite a
I think I
few.
saw that one.
a lovely piece of nut. I actually do think this is quite delicious and so forth.
I think I might have seen that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the one you're thinking of, Tom, that's what was it? The TV series Walk on the Wild Side.
Oh,
Yeah.
Alan.
Yeah, Alan.
No, wait,
Not Alan.
Steve.
it's Steve.
Steve! Stephen McGregor comes up. What? Oh, sorry, wrong one.
Yeah.
The one I liked was better was the was that that bird that covers his eyes, and he just goes like, nighttime,
Oh,
nighttime,
yeah. The one that's covering
nighttime.
itself up with its feathers
Yeah.
and it keeps poking its head up.
What are you doing? Playing nighttime with the play? No, I'll just go on my Xbox.
It's funny because it's like a reverse creature comforts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
There's another
Similar
one.
idea.
There's another one there, which is like it's the same one with the Alan Chickmont one, where it's actually Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
He just didn't come on. He goes like, oh, my favorite programs, brother, come on and oh, where's the remote going? Sharon! I don't think she can hear me. Don't think she can hear me. You know, Sharon! Where's the remote? And then it just cuts to another one, and it cuts to another one, and she goes like, oh, what's he looking for now? Ozzy. What? It just goes- I remember playing that quite a few times. I'm like, oh god, that's such a funny to watch.
And about 15 minutes in, the winner is Joseph.
Sorry.
hey! Hey!
Why would you have Percy has the worst safety record out of anyone?
Oh, I was wondering what's he on about? He's like, oh right, the model.
It's like, I'm going to set this running, and I'm going to see how long it takes for anyone to say anything,
Oh, I just
either
noticed.
on video or in the chat. And it was quite a while.
It's just small, Percy.
It's a small Berkey, but
I wish Gag was here. Jojo.
Juju.
Yeah.
Is that the Tomix one or the new Batman one?
This is the brand new Batman one.
All right.
Hey. Hey, up down, your competitors here. It has returned.
And how do you find it?
It's the best 4-coupled Engage loco I've ever seen in terms of running. So
That's good to hear.
Oh,
Back in the day.
no,
Yeah, I think one thing I sort of related to as soon as it was announced, like a 4-wheel base Engage model, it's like all the 009 modelers are eyeing it up. It's like, yeah,
Oh,
it's that
Line it
definitely definitely isn't the reason I bought it. No, not at all.
I believe you.
no, I swear, like, I'm gonna make an Engage Thomas later. Yeah, okay, just
You just want the chassis, don't you?
Well,
Yes.
the funny bit is
Yes.
I actually know someone who did one, who is going to make a Thomas layout for it eventually, and was saying
Ooh.
about how annoying it is to see all the
Nice.
people eyeing it up for 009. Sorry.
There was
Well,
a,
I mean, if they sold the chassis separately, it would, it would help.
Oh, I don't know, but
immensely.
I saw some of the Tomix ones. They're actually running on this N scale layout back at one of the Reading shows.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
For me, it was the case that I was designing an engine years and years ago for 009 and found that the Tomix Percy was too big. So as soon as Bartman announced theirs, I wonder if, and sure enough, it's sounding pretty promising. So
Cool.
got to try and design for that finish for the Cyber Monday sale. No pressure.
Look very much right now, but what I'm doing is I put on a mixture of water. I've just used the green chalk. Green pastel. I was using it to sort of lightly just go around the bottom, just the bottom bit of my diorama. So we're not adding too much, but hopefully just fading out enough so that, you know, every now and again you might see little tiny speckles of green.
Right. Dan just says here the competitor is bidding me slightly. She's had camera time on stream several times now.
Jelly.
Do you know what? Actually, maybe I'll do this once here. Dan, do you want to come on the stream? If you have anything you want to work on whilst you're on the stream, you might as well get yourself ready because I might send you a link to it here very shortly. So if you're all good for it there,
Come
just
on
say,
down.
"Come on down."
Oh yeah.
Daniel, come on down.
Have you seen that bit when on How I Met Your Mother when Barney gets on The Price Is Right, and he walks into the flat and cheering, go, yeah, woo, and then does it again and says, which one do you think was better? I'm practicing my entrance. And it was like, oh okay, go and do it one more time. So he goes out the front door, and then Ted just locks the door behind him. He tries to go in again. Oh come on.
Right, Dan will be with us in about 20 minutes. So
All
time
right.
it, folks. Time it.
Oh, there's not time for that.
20 minutes is all you get down here. If you don't meet the deadline, you're not coming on.
What's that interval in Percy Revolutions? As it goes round the track. Round.
Round and round and round.
Actually, I do remember I actually had a friend of mine's kids come over to see my model railway one time, but it was back when I had my old Farquhar layout, my first one, and back then it was made specifically to just be like, you know, a standard like train set up, like over tracking it there. And the kids came in to see it there, and the oldest one out of the lot there, the teenager's son, he was watching the train going around, and after about 2 minutes, he just instantly just says, "I oddly find this satisfying to watch."
Wow.
To which I reply by saying, "Well, that's the good thing about train sets.
That's why we do it.
That's why we run them. That's why we have
So,
train sets."
still want your mobile phone now?
Yeah, were they converted?
I don't know, but I do remember they were trying to persuade their dad to take them to the nearest model shop. Actually,
may have worked.
there's actually an old American model railroad video thing I'd seen online, where it was like, oh, I've forgotten the name of what thing is called, but it basically just starts off like, it starts off with an old derelict rail yard, and you just see this old conductor man just sitting in his office, just like, you know,
Conductor man.
introducing the whole segment about having model railways out there. But he would talk to you like, you know, what's the best place to start out there, and what size and all you want to go, what scale and all you want to go for. But then it talks about, like, you know, locating your layout, and it starts off with him just saying, like, you know, the modern home has every space has plenty of room for your model layout. This is not one of them, and it just shows him literally like setting up the layout in the kitchen. And so he has the trains moving in and out of like the dinnerware, going through a loaf of bread, and and then it goes over goes across the kitchen sink whilst the tap's running, and just as it makes it across to the end of the sink, the track breaks, and then the train literally just slides back into the soap filled sink, and the train's like constantly like struggling to try and make it up, and then it just suddenly just slides back into the soap. You just hear the motor whirring in the water, and then you just hear then you just hear this little kazoo fanfare just going da da, and that's it.
What's the name of that video? I'd like to watch that.
I'll see if I can find it actually here. It's
Because I can give you an alternative answer for where to put your model railway. Not
Well,
on
well,
the-
well, they do
not
say
on the carpet.
right. Basically, the full name of the video, it's called "Model Railroading Unlimited Funny Short Film Model Trains Humor Silly Trains Comedy." That's what it's portrayed
How
as.
many words?
Um, I'll see if I can get the proper name for it here. It should come up.
That sounds like the title of a film I was in a couple of years ago. The working title. It was called.
Yeah.
The film I was in a film called Carter Sanction, but the original was called Soldier Agent Lover Spy.
Right.
Oh, I found it. Yeah.
What the film?
Yeah, Model Railroading Unlimited Funny Short Film Model Trains Humor Silly Trains Comedy.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one. I'm trying to find the one here. I'm trying to find the scene
Then
here in
underneath
question.
there's Model Railroading Unlimited Trains Comedy Full Version, Dancing Girls.
Yeah, that scene. Yeah, that's actually an extended version of it. Though, basically, the dancing girls bit comes in when the guy is looking to buy his train set or his model is the engine stability thing. All of a sudden, like it just instantly turns into like a musical, and like these just dance showgirls just come out and just to talk about model trains. I'm like, what is this?
It's the idea that you can only have one or the other in life.
Yeah. Well, you might as well. I don't know. But what was it? There was like after that one section of the scene after the train falls into the sink and that there you hear the narrator come back again saying like you know what the old saying goes, if at first you don't succeed, try the garage. So you just see him literally cramming all this stuff in.
Okay. I think I managed to find a sort of middle ground with this. That makes sense. So basically, what I've done is I'm using some of the darker green in certain spots, but I'm mostly built it up with the dry grass. I'm using the darker, more kind of more hybrid looking grass in certain spots.
No, no, get off my finger. You're to glue to the model, not me.
Oh,
God dang it.
Are you using super glue?
Only for certain bits.
All right. So I was thinking, like, you're using super glue with a plastic kit?
Yeah,
I tend to use it for Warhammer models,
Aye.
but then that's usually if I need to. I don't know if I might need to change a part later or something. But with these, I would tend to use polycement.
Okay.
I mean, am I right in thinking that with polycement you can get sort of shrinkage over, I mean, many years, but
yeah, I had that trouble the other day actually. Oh, sorry. I had that trouble the other day. I was trying to put the roof. I was trying to glue the roof of my wagon to the body, and it's the roof slipped out my fingers and landed in the glue.
Oh no!
So I had to dry it off and actually take some of the paint off and respray it and then try it again.
Funny, there was a story about my granddad. He used to make some of my model kits for me when I was starting off in railway modeling. So if I ever got any of these Metcalf or Supercrit ones, he would instantly say to me oh, can I build those for you? I can do those in no time at all. And he would actually spend the entire evening literally making every single kit, have them ready for me next time he was next down.
Oh.
And there was one stage then I bought a wagon kit, but I wasn't sure how to build it, and I asked him would he know anything about that, and he says yeah sure I'll have a look at it there, see what I can do with it there. And the next time I went to see him, now, when he saw me, he was so upset, and I says what's wrong? And he says I was building the kit there and it was going so well, but then I spilt the pot of glue all over the bodywork and it's melted the plastic. And I was like, oh, and he didn't want to show me it because he thought I'd be upset at the damage caused to it. But it was when we were getting stuff. He wanted to get stuff cleared out of the garage at one stage there, and he found the kit. And he decided to put courage in to show me it. And he says I'm so sorry about it there. And I looked at there, and it wasn't that much. It wasn't too badly damaged. I mean, but I could easily fill in areas where the glue had like softened the plastic and that there. And I said, look, don't worry about it. I can get it. I can fix this here. And he's like, you sure? You sure? And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem at all.
That's pretty cool, actually.
And I did, and I told him I got it fixed there, and he was over the moon.
That's pretty cool, actually. You think about it, years later, you now have the experience to kind of like just work what you've been given.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, like I say, he was more or less focused on modeling boats than trains, but he found the architecture out there quite fun to work on. So he built like in my early days of railway modeling, when I was about 10 years old or something like that, he built all the buildings for me from all the kits out there. So apart from the main station building, which was made that me and my dad built together, like it took him like probably, I don't know, a week or so to make, because it was a very complicated kit for him to make.
Fox has just asked to zoom in on the Percy, but being a fixed camera, so trying to gauge what's in focus.
Jojo.
Jojo.
How are the side rods on it? Because I've seen some pictures and they look, I don't know, are they a bit big or
Chunky?
I mean, it's even though I knew what it was going to be, taking it out of the box and you go, wow, this is small. So when the rods look oversized, it's, well, in real life they're not. It's just because everything else is so tiny. I mean, for reference, I guess, but. Not showing anything. Oh yeah, it's quite a nice model.
I'm trying not to put too much here. This area here is very colourful. Like you've got a mixture of different greens.
Right.
I guess I could fade out a little bit later on, somehow. I'm waiting more for some sort of thistle-like sort of green tufts at some point. So I'm hoping instead of making it look like just grass, or long grass, it might actually.
yeah, maybe add a bit of foliage in there.
Yeah. I mean, I could trim some of this back when it's all dried up.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I thought of, which I haven't mentioned, is this weekend was going to be Wally weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Oh, good show. Haven't been there in years.
Well, I reckon this might be the first year I've not been in decades.
Well, I haven't been since I met you the first time back in 2008, I think it was.
Yeah, I've definitely been to everyone since then. So. Been avoiding me.
And part of the reason I went back was because it's I guess I saw it more as a 00 scale show. And
What for trade or because there's loads of layouts. And
it's
they're
more for
all
trade,
different-
yeah.
Different sections, but yeah, I mean, certainly compared to the Reading show and things, the trade wouldn't be the same for O-Scale.
See, the Reading show is my favourite one because it's got, you know, it's not just the, but it's the fact that you can guarantee every O scale manufacturer is more likely to be there.
But if you don't model in O-Scale, you're gonna have a bad time.
If you don't like O scale, tough luck. I like trucking. I like trucking.
You like trucking because you like to truck.
I like trucking. I like trucking. If you don't like trucking, tough luck.
Oh, sorry, mate. Was that your hedgehog?
Yeah.
I remember they got in trouble for that, though, actually, for showing the scene where they actually see the hedgehog getting crushed.
Did they?
Yeah, they got in trouble for that there, and then they said, "Oh," then they went like, then they just says, "Oh, we'll make this a recurring joke then."
That'll make it better.
I never heard of that. Oh, okay. That's a bit stupid. It's only a joke. I think my favourite is
I think it was
the guy.
the hedgehog wasn't even real.
Yeah. I think my favourite was the show we're talking about is not the 9 o'clock news. My favourite, I think one of my favourite sketches is "What a load of willies."
Oh, Pierre, was it Pierre the pervert?
I think that's his name.
What a load of willies!
They call it Nelson's column. Nelson's column
Pa! It is Nelson's
is Nelson's willy.
willy. What it is, Nelson's willy.
I don't know what. I mean, is this not 9 o'clock news? Is the
Yeah,
the
it's 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock news. Yeah.
no, I mean, it's the 8th one, but not
Oh,
Wait,
the gorillas.
Gorilla.
What was the one I liked?
It's like they asked, you know, the reporter asked, "What year was what's it called again? Gerald. When year was Gerald born?" It was 1967, and he just casually goes 68.
Yeah. Yeah. So we go on from this flange of gorillas. No, it's a whoop. I'm sorry. No, it's a whoop of gorillas. You're thinking of a flange. It's a flange of baboons that you're thinking of.
It's like, "You arrogant little bastard! You're ruining my life's work."
Even your mother didn't get on very well with me. She got on pretty well with David Attenborough. There we go again. David Attenborough. It's always bloody David Attenborough.
And Mel Smith, I miss him.
Oh,
He's a genius. Mel Smith, he played a professor in that sketch.
yeah.
He was also the inspiration for Andy Pipkin.
He was also the voice of Father Christmas for Raymond Briggs' Father Christmas as well.
Or was he actually?
Yeah.
Okay. He also directed that Mr. Bean, the Bean disaster movie.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
The
Or was it when
more-
that film where he just stuffs turkey into the microwave?
Oh,
Like, what? That turkey's gonna take 5 hours to cook, right? Not necessarily.
Speaking of Mr. Bean, I've just remembered the what was it, the MythBusters episode where they tried the idea of putting a stick of dynamite in a tin of paint to
Oh,
paint the
that's-
room. Yeah, it doesn't work actually.
Oh,
Surprisingly,
Are you telling me that some of the scenes in Mr. Bean aren't that realistic?
I'm
even
sorry
though,
they're not.
even though it was filmed in real time.
You can't, you can't drive a car from the roof.
See that surprisingly, that I'm more willing to believe.
because they actually did
If
it.
you can rig it up, I'm sure it's possible. It's just not very practical.
What was it? My niece and nephew, they've been watching Mr. Bean quite a lot there. I do remember watching Mr. Bean, and I like not the animated series though, but that they were watching. But I watched the live action version. I think my favorite of all sketch of Mr. Bean. I have two favorite ones, which is the second one is basically when he meets the Queen or Queen Mother or whatever it was,
Oh,
and he's all getting prepped up for it. Then he headbutts her at the end.
yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
But my all-time favorite one is where he's in the park and he's making a sandwich for himself.
Oh, that was classic.
It's basically that makes me just like howl with laughter. I just find that scene just so funny.
I think my favourite is when he's in the barbers.
Oh,
He's cut everyone's hair. Everyone thinks he's the barber.
yeah.
But the other guy's on the phone, and he's like, I think he cuts some kid's hair to look like a.
He cuts it down the middle. Like
Yeah.
boom! He just makes him bald in the middle, and he just has these two tufts of hair at the side.
Yeah,
The kid's just looking at going, yeah, I
like
that.
it.
I like it, man. And then he comes back later on. His mum comes back in saying, like, what the hell is this? I like it, Mum. No, you don't.
Yeah, and then he escapes by putting on the picture from of Prince Charles from a calendar or something. That was
Yeah, it was Prince Charles. Yeah. It's also as well like I remember in the cartoon series like where he's at the barber's not there, and I used to question like what type of hairstyle it was like, because I didn't know much about like the royal family at the time, apart from the Queen not there, but I didn't know who Prince Charles was. Because the photograph that you see in the live action thing, I just thought that was just a random bloke. I didn't know
There's
it was
some guy.
it's just some random guy, but there you go. But yeah, I was in. I found out later on, but they also use that joke as well in the cartoon series where Mr. Bean just goes and he's just like, oh, I want a haircut like Prince Charles, and you just see this weird cartoon picture of Prince Charles with big ears and massive teeth.
oops. Sorry if I'm taking a break. I'm just trying to work some things out here.
All right.
Trying to say all look good.
Right, just gonna let that.
Just
gonna let
saying Percy crawling like a caterpillar.
Could be, yeah.
It's almost a story in that.
Oh yeah, I just noticed that Dan's ready here to come on. So
Oh right, yeah.
Go.
Yeah,
Okay.
20 minutes, spot on.
right, okay, Dan, I'm gonna send you the link.
Drop
Yep,
roll.
I'm gonna send down the link here. So
If you want to make Percy a hairy green caterpillar, Tom's got the static grass for it.
Oh,
Well, you say that
Oh, haven't got
because I was mentioning someone else intends to make a layout. When I was sort of saying I might buy one, it's well, can I have the body then?
If you don't need it,
and the other one would be covered in flour, I guess.
oh yeah.
right, let's see what's the next one.
See, the one part I'm not enjoying with this kit at the moment is trying to clean out the mold lines in the wheel spokes.
Oh,
well. Talking of hairy caterpillars,
Wait, are you going with this?
It's a faceless caterpillar.
Yeah.
Where is this leading?
It's a faceless caterpillar.
I've lost the face. It's in this drawer somewhere.
Is that what happens when he sneezes really hard?
Yeah.
Oh, my face is falling off.
I still remember that one comic strip. I think a fan, I think it was like Salty or O1 Salty, I think did or something where it has like two trucks in a siding. One of them looks very, oh god, looks like Larry from the Three Stooges.
Massive sideburns.
Yeah.
It looks like Larry from the Three Stooges. But anyway, yeah, so I saw this comic and it just had these two trucks in a side, and one of them looks green faced, and the other one one of them looks at it and he goes like, "Yo, you don't look too good." And he's like, "No, I feel terrible," and then it just suddenly just like vomits coal, and then
Oh,
it just
God, yeah, I think I've seen that.
cuts to a wide shot there, and you just see the coal load that's in the wagon. It's just completely empty, and he's like, the two trucks just watch on like open mind, like he's like, I did not know we could do that.
Actually, do you remember the Gobos from Croc, the video game?
Yeah. Right, right, guys. Here we are. We have Mr. Dan coming on to stream. So, hello, Dan.
Hello.
Welcome to
Hello.
Mother's Corner.
Right, this is what my ugly mug looks like.
To be honest, Dan, it's no different compared to ours. So,
Right, how the hell do I change the camera?
The facial features are in the usual places.
yeah,
Eyes above the nose and all that.
just not all in the same, not always in the same place. So, I need to cut that bit one out.
Last orders.
Well,
You can't order anything. The pubs are shut.
Well, my lockdown's finishing. How long is it?
Right, I'm just trying to figure out how to switch the camera around to the other camera
Okay.
on my phone.
You're not. Is there not like a rotation setting on it? Should be a rotation setting on it.
I saw something
That
online.
that looks like it there.
Yep, that's it there.
I saw
Right.
something online explaining the tier system.
Oh,
Oh dear! We lost it. We've
Oh.
lost him. We've lost him.
Dan,
Calm down.
what have you done?
he left
lost-
as quickly as he appeared.
There he is. He's back.
I don't think my person.
Me and technology. Give me a steam engine any day.
A steam-powered camera.
I thought one of my physics teachers would joke about having a steam-powered calculator. It was that old.
It's that old. You gotta chuck coal in it.
Yeah, it's a coal-fired calculator.
Yeah. So,
Right then, let's see if this.
what are you working on tonight, then, Dan?
Well, I've got several options,
Mm.
including those two.
Ooh,
Ooh. Very nice.
that could be me. Fine.
Bill and Ben and Ben and Bill and Bill and Bill and Ben.
The Ben and Bill, the flower pot.
Yeah, I thought I'd do some experimenting with the 040 Hornby chassis.
Okay.
Failing that, I could try O-Gauge Toby.
All right, what are you using to make the O-Gauge, Dan?
Well, I got this as a Highfield kit from eBay.
Oh, yeah, because I think I've seen that on there a few times.
And it's literally just a vacuum formed sheet of plastic with detail.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing that I've actually got a coach kit from them, and it's basically what you do is you just the idea is it's pretty much like the 10 mil wagons. You just pretty much just paste it over a bit of wood or something.
Yeah. But I made rubber molds, silicon molds somewhere, so that I could cast them in plastic. So here's the mold for that.
Oh wow,
Oh, wow.
turned out pretty well.
What sort of silicone do you use out of interest?
I can never remember the brand. I know that I got it from Amazon.
Gotcha. I
As
use
James May would say, other shopping channel outlets are available.
like ours.
For now.
Yeah, for now.
But
But then I've got some 10 mil stuff that I've been working on. Like the most complete model that I've actually got is Mavis.
Ooh, Mavis.
Oh, look at that.
Beautiful.
Absolutely stunning.
With individually,
Cow catchers.
yeah.
That's incredible.
Pretty cool.
Mavis took me about 6 hours in one sitting to get to this stage.
6 hours.
Holy hell.
Wow.
Very
That's all gauge 1 then.
That's gauge 1, all cardboard.
Wow.
And I used a Dapol 03 diesel as the basis and just measured it up.
Blimey.
Yeah, that's something I find quite helpful. If you know how to, I know you can. Was it with double O? You can scale it up to like O gauge, but I don't know what it is. And to do that, it's 1.75 times 4. But I don't know how you do it with gauge 1.
For what I do, if I'm doing it down to N gauge or up to 7 or up to 10 mil, I get the 4mm measurement. So I'd measure, say, across the front here on Ben.
Yeah.
And if it comes out at 43.3 millimeters, I'll divide that by 4 and times it by 10 to get to gauge 1.
Oh.
Right, that's one way to do it. Yeah. I don't know if there's like one way.
It also works for 7 mil as well. So if I divide that measurement by 4, times it by 7, you get it.
Yeah. It's quite a complex way of doing it, but it's still interesting.
But I'm not one to stick around in just one sort of gauge because I've got some N gauge on the go, TT, double O, and gauge 1, as well as 7 mil.
What TT have you got?
Oh yeah, because we've got a TT enthusiast here.
Well,
Well, these are the Triang Suburban Coach bodies. I won a pack of 8 of them on eBay
oh, right.
that are going to be Annie and Clarabelle.
Yeah, makes sense.
Awesome.
And I'm going to try and make molds of them as well so that I can annoy the company that I have the same surname with and actually produce what they stopped producing in the 70s. There's a load of people in the comments now going, what's his surname?
So Dan Dapple. Dan
No,
That guy.
Bachman.
no, technically I'd be 120 years old with the centenary book coming out this year.
Daniel Pico. I don't know.
I got
Hornby.
it, Mr. I got it, Mr. Lines.
Mr. LG.
No, Mr. Hornby.
Mr. Hornby. Oh. Funny, I actually do. I do remember there was an episode of Goodnight Sweetheart with Nicholas Lyndhurst, and there was one scene where he plays a shop owner, and you see this old man now. He's looking at the old Hornby tin plate stuff, and he's like, I can't believe, I can still find this stuff in good nick there. And to which point he just Nicholas just replies like saying, "Well, that's what we're here for, Mr. Hornby. It's all this new stock there." And he just pauses for a second. He's like, "Wait a second, it can't be the same bloke."
Right.
Oh shoot, that's a good start.
So what I might do is paint Bill and Ben a little bit more.
Awesome.
I don't know what I'm doing is just trying to work out how to work with these tufts, but again, because I've got all the ones I need, it's a bit difficult. I might pull some of these out later on.
And just for Michael, a special guest appearance.
Hey, Pepsi.
Hey!
You're ganging up on me now. I don't like this.
That's because me and Michael know how to take it to the max.
We'll all
I like his style, mate. I like his style. I like his style of approaching these.
bounce
Other
in
cheesy lines like that are available on other adverts.
Or at your,
Max,
or, or,
Pepsi
at your,
Max,
or,
just
or, at your,
Max.
or at your local Tim Vine Appreciation Society on Facebook.
You're going to say something, Tom?
I was just going to say, all Max needs is just a regular kind of Pepsi and just put it next to his face or something. And
I make Pepsi Max.
yeah,
He was the Max of the Max. He was the Max that made the Max.
Max of the Pepsi.
His name sounds good in your ear.
Anyway, before I rudely interrupted and joined the stream, we were on about what? Mr. Bean, was it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Dynamite episode. Painting.
Yes, we were talking about that for a bit. What's your comment on it?
That's how he makes his models.
Now that's how I break them.
I've had enough of this. Blow it up.
Now, if I'm
To be
going
honest, that actually sounds like very similar to how they work on the Thunderbirds, the Super Mario series. If they ever had like a model that they've had from a previous series, like Stingray, that there, and they've had enough of it, they just go like, just blow it up.
Probably.
And they actually would do that.
Yeah. If the model is like gotten to the end of its working life, it's like, we can blow this up now.
And
Yeah, 'cause,
sometimes the camera would be running.
Yeah.
There was one time, what was it? Which episode was it tonight? Dare Disaster, with the bridge and the rocket incident. That they're when Penelope and Parker are actually in this thing to try to cause a distraction. The place that they blow up to cause a distraction was actually Stingray's launching bay.
Oh, right.
That's what it was. If you look at it very carefully, you can actually recognize the structure.
Do you know something quite funny? I was watching a podcast on Captain Scarlet, and
Oh,
they're talking about in the first episode, the Spectrum Maximum Security Building, about how the model maker spent ages, putting all the extra special detail and things. Like if you look
yes,
at the thing,
yes, I heard about this.
you see where each individual window has like some detail in it. Like it's got fancy furniture, it's got like lamps, plants, and things inside.
Yeah.
Modern stuff. But apparently he wasn't told that set was going to be blown up.
Oh, no.
When Captain Brown explodes,
Yeah, which is something you can't always get away with in kids shows. But then there you go.
If you look at it though, for that shot, it was, I think, just for that one single shot, you can actually see everything. It worked really well. So
Even though the explosion covers up most of the camera.
well, no, but I mean, you got a shot of it when you see the cars just parked outside.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm missing a bush somewhere. I was on 30.
Where'd I put that bush?
Give me back my hairy muff.
Give me back Bob Ross's afro.
Give me back my mustache.
His voice muffled by Bush.
I was just
There you
thinking
go.
about this.
Percy's had a shave.
I just remember seeing this one Thomas and Friends YouTube poop video, which was it was of Thomas Comes to Breakfast, and it has a scene where when he crashes into the station master's house, you actually hear the narrator saying, Thomas had bleeped a bush on his travels, and it just has a caption come up saying, "Nice one, Thomas."
I do find that funny. Strategic bleeps, yeah.
Oh, right. Once I put this on here, I'm just gonna take a quick break for a second just to make a brew, because I'm gasping for one right now.
Is it snack time?
You could say that, yeah, because I have a Kinder Bueno sitting next to me for the last hour or so here, and it hasn't. It's just been waiting to be eaten. So
Go on then.
Sitting there taunting you.
yeah, so I might have to relieve it of its suffering.
Go on then.
Take it out.
Your little Kit Kat.
It's not a Kit Kat, I'll have you know.
Not a Kit Kat, is it?
No, it's a I said a Bueno.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. Was I?
See, it's a Bueno. See.
Bueno.
No, they're chanting Bueno.
Bueno de Ville. Bueno de Ville.
Are you chanting Bueno or Boo-Words?
That's the one.
Bueno de Ville.
Boo or Boo-Words?
No, they're chanting Boris. Boris.
I would like to ask, are you chanting Boris or Boris, or are you chanting Boo?
on the Charlie Brooker's antiviral wipe, the line that made me laugh the most was Boris Johnson and his posh buffering noises.
What was the one
So true.
I remember saying Henry Sagan, I was saying Boo words. I forgot about that line actually. Hard Small Man Productions presents I'm getting hit by football. I could do a better version of him there. That's a bad one right now.
Didn't that movie used to have a war in it?
I think that I've forgotten the original line, but there's a meme format that was I saw. Was it find me the flattest railway you have, Great Central. No, that's too flat.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That was
that's too big.
Oh, that was the episode like Emma said cheers. Oh no, sorry again. It's the episode where they go to Itchy and Scratchy Land and they're fighting these Itchy and Scratchy robots.
Oh yeah.
Apparently the camera flash kills them. So.
God, spoilers.
Thank you.
Oh, you've not seen it?
Yeah, of course we. Well, yeah, we have seen it, but it's just the most who hasn't seen it.
Well,
God,
oh, sorry.
Yes, I've totally seen that episode 5 times.
what is this Simpsons you speak of? Is it new?
What's this? Yellow people?
What is this, Lego?
Are they going to be skin colours at some point, just like Lego?
Don't know. It's also kind of funny as well. Like, there's like one Disney cartoon I remember seeing. I think it's probably from the Goofy movie or something or other, where one of the characters actually acknowledges the glove question.
Oh,
Where he just, which he turns out he was playing like some sort of a well, I think they're saying he's not a drug addict, where he's like constantly eating Cheese Whiz. But there you go. Yeah, but it's like one scene where he's just staring at his hands. He's staring at his hands, and he goes like, "Hey mate, have you ever noticed that we're always wearing gloves? Weird, right?" But I don't remember putting them on, or even having some.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
And of course, Sonic stole that idea, and Mario.
Shh.
Oh.
Shush! Do you want to get sued? You want to get sued?
You want to get steered?
You know what, we always have.
You're in my thoughts. You got the shining. I mean, shining. Shh! You want to get sued?
Shining.
All right, Looney, show what you got. Is that the best you can do?
Oh dear, I hope that copper wasn't Scotch guarded.
Yeah, I might call it with the taps and things. I feel a bit like there's just too much action going on here.
Oh. What was the one
Too many taps.
the one sketch I do remember that I found was quite funny from Simpsons was with they flushed a gator. It was when Marge goes to prison, and there's a scene where they mentioned they flushed a gator down the toilet. It got stuck halfway, and they have to feed it. Cuts back home to Grandpa. Like you just see this alligator's head sticking out of the toilet. Grandpa's trying to fight it with a plunger, and he's like, "I bet you want a piece of me, but you ain't gonna get." See, and then his teeth falls out, and the crocodile just chomps him up, and he's like, "Oh god damn it!"
You got a piece of me.
I just remember that from childhood. I was like, "Oh god, that's just too
I
funny."
forgot about that's amazing. You want a piece of me? This poor sequel. I'm sorry.
Told you it was very funny.
Oh, I miss these Simpsons.
What was the one I liked? Grandpa's working for Krusty Burger as part of a job there, and he's like, he tries to have a wee bit of fun there with one of his other co-workers there, where he takes his false teeth out and puts it into a burger, and he's like, "Hey, what do you think is here? I'm a talking burger," and the guy accidentally wraps the burger and he sells it to somebody.
Yeah, the other guy just not paying attention.
Yeah, and you just hear outside here this customer going, "Ow, this burger took a bite out of me."
Yeah. This is the burger that takes a bite out of you.
Come in, we're losing your transmission. Mayday, mayday, what are you saying? What's your transmission? I said we're French fries. Do we sell French fries?
In Grandpa's defense, in that moment, there are times I can barely understand them over the intercom.
Fire the torpedoes. Who's wearing tuxedos? I want some taquitos.
I want some taquitos.
I want some taquitos. I'm here to see my grandpa. Here I am, Sonny. You're not my grandpa. Ah, come on, give me a chance. Hey, can your old man do this? He starts doing this weird.
Yeah, little jig.
Hey. Oh, and he just hit the nose, just takes him away.
One of the random things I've ever seen from an episode was where like the captain is disappointed because like there's no what a shit. No, look at him, Muckle. Where he lets the elf on his boat. And then later on, Lisa's like, how could you not see that huge boat coming right at us? Oh, 2 glass eyes.
2 glass eyes, yeah.
It's funny, but it doesn't work in that context.
Yeah.
Because he's disappointed because there's no lookers going onto his boat. And then next thing he's got the 2 glass eyes. Anyway, yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
I just killed his eye.
What was the other one? There's some other scenes on Simpsons I quite liked. Oh yeah, but there was one scene. I'm trying to remember which one it was there, where they were doing a parody of the breakout scene from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and this Native American character like breaks through the window of the old folks' home and just does a runner. You just have the old Jewish man character comes up and he goes, "You know the door was open, Chief, break everything."
Yeah.
Okay. And then what's funny is it comes back, he breaks another window, like, forgot my hat.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I've done, I don't know if this works. I've taken some of the darker grass off and swapped it for the same colour, but it looks a bit kind of same old. If that makes sense? So what I mean by same old is it just try just swapping things around a little bit where the darker greens like in multiple areas, like in not so popular areas. So yeah. That's not going in there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's okay. It's alright. How's your work going, Dan? Dan? How's your stuff, Phil?
I finished the lining on Bill, or is it Ben, or one of them. So now I'm just going to grab the other.
Is it Bill or is it Ben? Who can say?
Answers on a postcard, please.
The top of the post is because we're too cheap to pay for it to get the rest of the way here.
We're sorry we can't return your birthday cards. that used to get on my. I always got so angry at Children's BBC for that. There, even if you send a return address, like they would still say, oh, "I'm sorry, we can't return your cards." But you know, parents are probably going like, do you not realize how much effort I put into making those cards for my child?
But that's my card.
Always reminds me of the in-betweeners. They can't or won't. Yes, it's the same result.
Actually, I do actually remember. I actually did once ask a random question on. I think SAF has this one like online game, forum game, which is like ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer.
Yes, love that.
And I put in a question saying, whatever happened to? Oh, we lost that. We lost Dan.
Again?
Yeah, but
Oh,
there was
Globbits.
garbage. But there was one question I put up saying like, whatever happened to the birthday cards sent in on children's television, children's BBC? It's like, what did they do with the cards? And to which point, one fan replied by saying, "We may never know."
Yeah.
But funny enough, I actually did find out what they did with those cards. They kept them. They actually literally kept them in bundles, and there was they did like a documentary by looking back at children's BBC, and they actually showed like which of the cards like did they actually remember liking the most for the doing the birthday call outs and out there, and they actually brought out all the ones that they thought looked amazing, and I was like,
Oh, wow.
so I was like, so wait a minute, there's actually a section in the BBC where they actually stored all those children's birthday cards, and I was like, I don't know actually know how to respond to that really.
They might have to change it because that's probably against GDPR now.
Possibly, I suppose. I don't know.
What I found weird about those cards when they were reading the cards out for your birthday on CBBC was there was characters there that
Nobody remembers.
weren't even broadcast on their channel. Like Thomas always turned up somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
But Thomas was meant to be on the BBC.
Was it?
Yeah, do you remember in the 1957 failed broadcast?
It was meant to be on the BBC.
I mean, to be fair, I
Oh,
wasn't alive.
let's forget that. It failed. No one remembers that because no one's seen the video of it.
I did. Shut up, you're not special.
There's probably very few people still alive who remembers the hand of God rescuing Henry.
I often wonder what happened to the model though. Was it? I don't know what it looked like. Was it just a black fly with a face on it? Or
From what I've read from the Audrey history book that I've got, it was a standard Hornby or Triang at the time model, painted, but they weren't that fussed about it because they just thought it's never going to take off. So it was a painted model.
But then it did take off and it derailed.
Yeah, then the Hand of God came in.
Spontaneously came off.
Attempted basically failed.
Joke.
And it was beautiful.
Just for that, you.
Well, I mean,
That's
in all
why
fairness,
ITV got it in the 90s.
In all fairness, in the what was it, the model series that we all know and have watched, the when Henry crashes into the goods train and
Oh,
he's sort of coming off the tracks, you do see a hand pushing his tender.
You do.
yeah.
And same with Dirty Objects when you see James crashing into the tar wagons.
I never noticed the hand there.
Yeah.
I felt like when I was young, I didn't know that at the time, but now I do.
You know,
I think when we're little, we're probably more focusing on the character at the front.
Yeah.
it's thanks to Sith that I learned all that stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm amazed that now that they're showing these HD copies, when you watch the viaduct scene, you can see the 2x1 that was holding up the sky.
Oh, yeah.
What I found amazing, if you look at the Knapford set in Series 1, you can see that the front pillars are just planks of wood.
Yeah.
But even some of the slightly later episodes weren't exempt from it, because there's one in Toby's Tightrope where the trucks smack into him and you do catch the briefest glimpse of a hand pushing the trucks.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally a split second. You have to try and catch it.
I never saw that bit.
Now, mind you, in Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons, there's actually an episode, Noose of Ice, where the gantry roadway that goes up to Hotspot Tower, there's a scene where like the ice all starts to form again and it starts crushing the bridge structure, but you actually see a hand pushing the bridge across in spectacular slow motion.
You know, in Captain Scott in the second episode when Dr. Thorne's examining Scarlet,
Yeah.
you can see a thumb and a finger moving Dr. Thorne's hand.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's not to scale.
And it's quite obvious as well. Like when you think of it now.
Plus, also, I think also in the last and not very good last episode of Captain Scott, the Inquisition.
Yeah.
Inquisition.
There's a hand there.
Yeah, you see the hand throwing Captain Blue out of the window.
As you do.
Did you see how
As you
someone
do.
yeeting the puppet?
Yay!
What's actually quite funny is in one shot, it's a guy with a hand. The hand's wearing a glove. And the next shot, it's just a bare hand.
The real Mysterons were not who you'd expect.
They were not subtle.
The Mysterons have powers you cannot hope to understand.
But I do understand them. Shh.
And they still couldn't get those powers right in the CGI series that they did a couple of years back.
Yeah, I didn't really like that show, to be honest.
We don't speak of it.
Actually, I like it.
Get out.
I remember watching it at the time.
Oh, okay. Fine.
No, it's 2 against 2, Michael. We can't. It's a
Wait a
democracy.
second, I'm the one who's hosting this stream.
Yeah, it's Michael Street. You can't kick him out.
No, I was just saying it's even.
The world
At the very, very
I was-
least.
I was doing like an old Only Fools and Horses joke there, where like Boise just
Oh.
like storms out of the party, and he comes back saying, "Wait a second, I'm paying for this party." Oh well, sure, drinks on you then.
Oh, my favourite's was it? Oh, Dave said give me a lift to the pub. But you live closer to the pub than us. Yeah. In fact, you had to walk past the pub to get to this flat. Yeah, but Dale said to give me a lift.
I saw a simplified explanation of the lockdown tier systems that are going to be enforced.
Ooh,
Tier 1, pints. Tier 2, pints with chips. Tier 3, no pints.
It's funny because it's true.
Basically. 'Cause it was like,
It's
hang on a
funnier for
minute,
me because I don't drink alcohol at all.
I find myself not doing. I'm not like against it or anything. I just
I only drink it out with friends. To be honest, I'm not big.
yeah.
I don't get the idea of just drinking on your own.
We're modelers. Are we expected to have friends?
Well, yeah, because I don't tell my friends I'm not modeler.
How do we respond to that?
That are outside the modelling community.
Well,
Well, I don't well, to be
well,
honest,
I do remember. I actually asked one of my schoolmates when I was about 7 or 8 years old. I do remember inviting one of my friends from school to come just to hang out at home at my place there. And when I told him I had a model railway, he's like, "What, really?" And I said, "Yeah." I showed him it there, and he was like, "Oh my god!" And then he spent the whole afternoon. He spent the whole time at my place there playing with the model railway, and. When he came back into school the next day, he was all like telling everybody, saying, "Hey, you gotta see Michael's model railway. It's absolutely effing awesome. It's so awesome."
oh,
You guys were
How much
like,
did you
"No."
pay him?
Actually,
well, you know what?
this was for free.
So actually, my model railway was in the garage, the one that was in my old series. That
Yeah.
was actually because there's a lot of kids who live around I was all the same age. We were like 15 under sort of thing. You know, between the ages of like 13 and 15. It became kind of a communal thing. Like, so I'd open the garage doors up and things, and everyone from one house would come over. Some people from another house would come over. Sometimes we have like one person operating the turntable, and then
Oh, that sounds fun.
that sort of thing. Yeah, it's quite. That's what I miss about the whole layout, the concept of layout. It's not just plain trains. Realistically, it's just it being a big communal thing.
There was actually, yeah, I do remember that there's an old Hornby Railways advert I've seen. It's on YouTube there, and it's basically like two kids. Like it does mention like about getting train sets for kids' birthday there, but it just has the kids outside looking in at their friends inside their friend's window, and you just see the friend like leaning over something, and you just hear one kid saying, Are you sure he didn't get a train set for his birthday? No, he said his mum got him a crocodile."
Well, to be honest,
Swiss one.
nowadays with my friends, I don't really tell them I do this sort of thing, like on trains. I sort of just
It's fine.
there's a few I talk about it because I just know it's not a big. I mean, everyone else is more into sort of sports and things like that, like football and
I mean, like if anybody, like in terms of football, like if anybody asks me, like "Oh, what team do you support?" It's like the one question that you have to get right before you get in case you get your head bashed in
yeah.
for supporting the wrong team. And my answer is always the same one. I always say I support them all. He says even the bad ones. I says yeah. And he says like why do you support all of them? Yeah, I says well, you want to be fair. You want to be even. Plus, if you put a bet on them, like it doesn't matter if you win or lose. You still win in the end.
Did you see that ludicrous display last night?
You see that ludicrous display last night?
Again, Michael, IT crowds.
Shows
Shows that there's a website, yeah, that teaches
I
you how
know.
to
My
talk
response
football.
is
Yeah.
if someone. No, my response is if someone asked me, "Do I watch football?" I said, "Yeah, Robot Wars."
Oh, Robot Wars! Why did that have to go?
What do you mean you watch Robot Wars football? Well, it was more interesting. How? Well, most of the time the ball was on fire, and the players were sometimes actively trying to maim each other.
One of them even saw their friend's head off.
Yeah.
Poor old Matilda.
I think Robot Wars ratings was rigged because it was on the same time as Blue Planet, and it's not really fair, is it? I still watch Robot Wars, but
Well, funny enough, one of our own is on Robot Wars.
Yeah, Adam.
Henry Blue.
yeah. I remember
Adam
that.
Hamilton. Yeah, he was on Robot Wars. Yeah. He still does it. He still does Robot Wars stuff.
I don't think it's running anymore, is it?
Yeah,
Well, I
but
think-
there's like other robot leagues and things.
Yeah, like
Oh,
meetups,
right.
like meetups and conventions and that
It's
there
not-
sort of stuff. So
I think
I
it's
think he's
Dara O'Brien now, isn't it?
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I agree. I still miss the days when Craig Charles did it because I was bothered. Do you know? I actually kept thinking. I always kept thinking Craig Charles did the commentary, like the over voice commentary, but it was some other bloke. I was like, who does it?
Oh, I forgot his name.
I can't remember his name, but I know he is famous for doing the commentary on the football.
All right.
There you go, close enough.
No,
Oh, do you know who my cousin's is a big Robot Wars fan, but he was so upset that when they took away Sergeant Bash.
Oh yeah, because he was never in the new one, was he?
No, he was the best one.
Was he also passionate about the Matilda change from chainsaw to circular saw?
That was more or less my. Matilda was my favorite house robot there, as well as Shunt.
Yeah, I did enjoy Shunt.
Yeah, because I just like the name.
It's just unapologetically brutal.
Yeah. Plus he also has the same name as a railway operation maneuver.
Well, yeah, railway connection.
So, but yeah, I actually I did find Matilda's rear weapon bits.
Rear end.
The rear weapon. I'm trying to choose my words carefully here.
They could have They could have made Matilda's. They could have made Matilda's rear weaponry a bit more realistic to actual people and have it as an explosion of a gassy sort.
Oh, God. Dear.
But the fog of war.
Peanuts are
caused-
optional.
The fog of war caused enough controversy.
nuts!
Tastes a bit natty.
Oh,
Oh no.
it's a bit nutty.
Oh, I remember everybody cringed at that scene.
Do I'm not gonna lie.
Other Scottish impressionists are available.
What I do remember was
That's good. I'll tell you what, down here. See next time we're bringing back Modelist Corner, there, but that's gonna be our tagline now.
What?
Our stuffs are available. I love that.
one of my favourite. What
Other
been
viewing
lost
streams
out.
are optional.
One of the
Brackets
best
James May.
One of the best about the whole Royal thing was when Adam was doing it. He kind of he was doing a show in Reading,
Yeah.
and it's actually in the same spot where we had the Reading O-Gate show, and so basically he got me free access to kind of see behind the scenes of what all the other guys who were fighting in their robots were doing, and Adam's face when he looked, he was just gutted because apparently the electric stopped at one point, so his weapon wasn't working.
Right.
I literally spent all of the next day just trying to fix it. You know. Like that, and... What's this background noise?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It sounds like someone's under the water.
It's my brother-in-law walking in and out of the kitchen, which is where I've had to temporarily set up my modelling desk.
Okay.
Right.
An image of him looks like the guy that I've got on screen at the minute.
Harry the Rat.
Rizzo the Rat.
Hello.
No, my name is Jizzo.
Jeez.
Thank you, Red Ben. Here.
The Rat Band, yeah.
If you want to say that line, Michael, I've got Sooty next to me that I could actually slip on, so you could actually say it's a puppet.
No,
It's a
goodness.
puppet.
It's a puppet. Shut it. Right. I'm gonna.
Shut it.
Right. I'm gonna get a quick brew here. So, you guys talk amongst yourselves there for a bit. I'll be back in a wee moment.
Okay.
You should have built a coffee shop in that Metcalf kit, Mike.
Yeah. God, that Michael's awful, isn't he?
You know, I can still hear you, you lousy sons.
I know.
Oh no!
So that Michael, right?
So what I'm basically doing here is I've put some of those tufts of grass on the top top of my mound here, and I'm just putting some Cephia. How do you pronounce it?
Citadel.
Citadel. Sorry, well, I'm being really thick here. Yeah, I'm using the Citadel paints to kind of just add a bit of mud underneath it, just to kind of.
Yeah.
So this is how it's growing, basically.
Other paint brands are available.
Yeah.
Other grass track landforms, models, forms of electricity are available.
Yeah, just can you put some tufts there?
Where?
Not there. There.
There.
Well, I'm just trying to sort of like just see how it goes. I'm waiting for it to dry, but also because I don't want to cover up the scattered grass too much. So just to make one area a little bit more sort of cluttered, really. There we go.
Oh. All right.
Where is it?
Who wants to do a trail?
I don't know who follows me on Twitter. Probably no one because I'm not that infamous yet. But
So
I
you're
have
not
been
the only
posting
one.
I have been posting a couple of things up there, like
Okay,
this Rheneas
very nice.
out of cereal packet. Also fits on the Hornby 040 chassis.
All right.
I'm not sponsoring myself here. I just happen to have the name of the company. But then I got really bored one day and made this micro diorama.
Oh wow!
God, that is tiny.
There's something I could say to that, but I might get the stream cut down.
Is that made a couple
To show you the size, there's the can of Pepsi Max in front of it.
Wow. Okay, that is cool.
So I made the trucks out of matchsticks and crafted them with the craft knife.
God, it must be around Z scale or something.
Smaller than Z.
Really?
All in Z.
Z, I think, is about half or 3/4 of N gauge or something.
Z scale, the last word.
Then there's this one. I don't know if it'll focus on it.
Focus.
There you go.
There we are.
Really, I like
Wow.
that.
That one I made of Henry and Daisy.
I like that you're doing them LNERT coaches too.
I did it in Audrey fashion, where he just seemed to throw whatever region he wanted at them. But then the larger diorama that I've done, don't know if you can see that there.
Oh. Maybe pick up my reader. What was it? Maybe spend the rest of your days in this tunnel where I'll teach you a lesson in rebelling against the authority. Didn't you learn anything from the hippies?
Yeah, I did stupidly paint all of Henry all the way back, forgetting that I was going to enclose it and no bugger would see it.
Oh. hey, at least you know it's there. That's the point.
Yeah, I know it's there, and when people point it out, they're like, "Shut up." I'm like, "Take a torch and have a look."
Never. I mean, my age coaches, for example. I mean, I put a lot of effort in trying to get some good looking seats, and actually went for trouble of actually making them from using a previous kit, trying to make them fit so they fit in no gauge. You can't see them when you look in the windows, so I know they're there, and
I think it's one of those for the modeler. It's a case of if you know it's there and you're happy with it, knowing it's there, then do it.
It always takes me. It always takes me back to when Tom used to do his posts. Anyway. It's taking me back to the days when Tom used to do his posts on permanent waveforms. When he did his E2 models and out there, he would always paint the interior of the cab, and he'd always finish every time he mentions it there. He would always finish that sentence after mentioning the detail. He would just say, "It's there, okay? Just let you know."
it's there.
Oh yeah, here's one for you. Name the station.
If the detail's anywhere, it's there.
It's that one.
Oh, it's Shetland Carlisle one, is it?
I'll give you a clue from this side, Michael. You should know because you've probably built 2 of the buggers.
He's got 100.
Well, yeah, I know the station now. It's Farquhar, obviously, but never in this color scheme.
No, that's just the base color.
Ah, it's very good, though.
Each slate individually stuck on.
Oh,
It looks a bit dwarfsish.
Talking of
blimey, there's the engine there. There's the engine there. Tom's made.
anyone remember this? The old E2.
I actually wondered whatever became of that.
I took the paint off.
Oh.
I decided I want to go for a lighter brown, and I thought I'd better just take the old paint off and then just. But I never got around to finishing it.
So now he's got it in scrap livery.
No, he's
Red
got it in budgie. He's got it in the budgie livery.
Budgie.
Not the helicopter. The Ginty budgie. But no, sorry, budgie's Ginty. That's what it is.
Fine.
Because that's what it is. Because like, if you ever watch Bagpuss, you ever see the wee toy engine next to him? There's a little red toy engine next to Bagpuss when he wakes up there. It's a budgie Ginty.
Mm.
So.
Oh.
So while you were gone, Michael, I decided to go through a couple of the things that I've been making and doing.
Oh, I know. I saw them.
Because I'm waiting for the paint to dry on Bill, Ben, whichever one it is.
Glenn.
So I'm pulling out all sorts here.
God, how many? I'm just looking through these here kits here. I'm just wondering to myself, like, how many pubs does my mate actually want to have on his model railway?
All
How
of
many
them.
pubs do you want to have in model railway?
Pubs.
How many pubs would fit on your model railway?
7. And they're all the same
Wasn't-
buildings.
Wasn't there a program, Model Town, I think it was,
Yeah.
with
It's on YouTube.
Simon
now.
Farmer, and one of the guys that was helping him build that 400 square foot model had a 4 foot, 5 foot model, and it had 12 pubs or something on it.
Yeah, it was like a tram layout or something.
Yeah, like a
Narrow gauge, I think it was.
Yeah. And he asked him at the end of it. He says, like, which house would you like to live in? One of them here. Which house would you like to live in if you lived on this layout? All of them. Okay.
House.
Where would you like to live? Yes.
Okay, so what I've done here, I've taken some of the darker grass off and replaced it with a slightly nicer one. And I've got glue over it. It's off.
Right, we've got nearly 10 minutes left now, guys. So just under 14 minutes.
No panic.
Oh,
Really?
well, that went quick.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought we just
Well,
started.
because I wasn't able to compare properly, I finished.
Oh, cool. It's a perky.
OJ completely built out of car cereal packet turkey.
It's actually really impressive. Yeah, when that thing does this.
That's good. That's still work.
Yeah, I'll just put that over there for now.
The one thing I do like about Citadel paints when I'm using them is how quickly they can dry. It's on the model.
All right, Rob's going there. Bye, Rob.
See ya.
So, you want to wait for another 10 minutes?
Buzz.
Someone's popular.
That printer's very nice.
It's my brother trying to get me to go and pick him up, and I've told him, shut off.
Shut off.
Sodor.
Shut off.
I still remember there was actually that one station. There was actually a model railway layout that actually did have a clever way of actually like displaying the station's name. So like they actually had the station's name like on the other side of the visitors viewing area. And when they leaned over to see what the station sign said, the station sign just said "sod off."
Yeah.
Oh, that's all.
I like that when they have a bit of fun with their layouts. What was it? There was that I think it was a narrow gauge. Must have been a narrow gauge one, but they called it the MBR, My Bloody Railway.
I like that. My bloody.
It's my bloody railway.
And there was another one. I think it's quite well known. It's 009, and it's like a dam.
Yeah, that damn
construction
railway.
layout.
Damn railway.
Yeah, that damn railway.
When I was driving buses, and before this worldwide thing hit, I lost my job. One of my colleagues turned around to me and asked me, where was the origin of the Sodor name for Thomas the Tank? So I told him it was, as the Reverend Audrey had said, it was the Isle of Man and Sodor, whichever way around it is. He's like, all right. We thought it was, we've all been discussing it for weeks, and we all thought it was the Reverend couldn't be ours, so we just said Sod all, and it just turned into Sodor.
Wasn't it because the NWR was originally the Nowhere Railway?
Yeah, because Thomas's original toy engine had just said NW on the side, and he just said, "Oh, it's the Nowhere Railway."
I thought it was named after the Lord of the Rings, Modor or something.
Yeah.
Well, I think.
Though I do remember. Oh, sorry. Go on, Dan.
If I remember the book rightly, the Reverend Audrey was looking all over Britain for a railway to use for the series. No way quite fit the story. Hence why the book and the history became the history of Sodor, and he developed the island with his brother.
Hmm.
Oh yes, talked about that book extensively, haven't we? Or on Modeller's Corner. Usually how much people end up paying for it.
Don't remind me.
Well, thanks at all.
If you must know, I had to spend that much here because I needed it for work.
I know.
You actually look this one forward to them.
And all your colleagues should have had a copy as well. But there we go.
Well, they had the online. They had the online Wikipedia to work off. So
Yeah. Thinking about it, it's quite interesting that going from saying it's the Nowhere Railway and Soddle to this whole history and universe, effectively.
yeah, there's a very good what do you call it
Book.
no mystical like mystic like fantasy world map this map of fantasy worlds. So you have like one. It's just like a normal it's like a normal like hand drawn map there, but it has all these different islands that they're all named after various places. So you have Narnia, you have place where Lord of the Rings is taking place in.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Neverland, Middle Earth, Discworld, and then you just see in this little corner Sodor next to Neverland.
Oh yeah.
Came up in a modelling forum saying, "Are you stuck for ideas of what to name your fictional railway after?"
Yeah.
I know what we're talking about because my friend used it in one of the quizzes we did, one of the group chat quizzes we were doing during lockdown.
See if I can actually find a picture of that actually, because I found it quite interesting. Ah, here it is. All the maps of the fantasy worlds combined. Oh yeah, I forgot Moomin Valley was actually in this. Let's see, will that come up? Come on, picture, load up. Yeah, sure, just see it.
None of that.
Right, stop that once.
No.
Stop that.
Oh god.
Sorry.
Just noticed Terabithia in this map as well. But yeah, that's the map in question.
Oh yeah.
All right.
So yeah, Moomin Valley, Hattie Fatner's Island, the Shire, Middle Earth, Oz, Cruel, Narnia. I even find that as well. I found that really good. They actually marked where the wardrobe is, so I thought, yeah, that's quite cool. The Living
Neverland.
Islands, Sodor, Earthsea,
Whoville.
Whoville, oh god.
It really is a fantasy map because they've got the shape of Sodor wrong.
Aye.
That is wildly inaccurate.
Looks like a very badly drawn Pac-Man.
Waka waka.
The Waka Waka.
No, that's just the 2020's rebooted Pac-Man.
God.
Well, there's actually reboot of Pac-Man back in the 20s.
My god. They must be desperate. I actually do remember there was Doug Walker who does Nostalgia. He did this one series called Video Game Confessions. He did this one about Pac-Man. Turned out that Pac-Man was actually Mrs. Pac-Man the whole time. Well, they're basically Pac-Man, Mrs. Pac-Man is the same person. It's just you never see them together.
Right.
And there's like some. It basically it's like it has like these funny like scenarios as to like traits of certain video game characters. So like for example, Princess Peach has a weird interest of being captured all the time by Bowser.
Yes.
Oh,
But even in one stage, Bowser's just like saying like, "Oh, seriously, you really wanted to do this again?" Even Bowser's like ringing up Mario, just saying like, you know, she has all these certain demands. I mean, yeah, the cage over the flaming lava, yeah, I can deal with that, but now she's wanting to do other stuff, and I can't do this. It's getting weird. But it was funny. I actually didn't remember actually learning about. There was actually even one scene as well where they actually mentioned, like, you know, in the original Nintendo comics, there's actually some comics where Princess Peach actually fights her way out after being kidnapped by
right.
Bowser. So I was like, because like when she gets kidnapped, like you know, does the Mario Brothers save her? No, she fights. She literally fights her way out. Like I'm not like Full Metal Combat. Like bludgeoningly kills off all these like Goombas and all that there, and then come the end of the comic book there, you just see the Mario Brothers lifting the page up saying, "Hey, what about us? It's our comic as well, you know."
Well, out of the whole Mario franchise, I think the film in the 90s was the biggest disaster.
yeah.
But sure, without that film, we wouldn't have the famous meme catchphrase, would we?
True.
Nor would we actually have the beginnings of the Giles theme goes with everything, which started out with that film, where like somebody took the clip of Mario going through the portal thing, and then it just has Giles theme playing as he goes through the vortex.
I'm going to have to invest in some better camera equipment instead of my phone.
My promise for in future is just get a better webcam so I can show closer to what I'm doing.
Steve Daxter knows one of the jokes I remember from that film. Monkey.
Has anyone seen that YouTube video that's just Mario screaming?
No.
No.
It was like edited in, so it's just like wow, 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 wow.
There was one I remember where the actual voice actor for Mario, he actually did this one scene as to what would actually happen if Mario was in Star Wars.
All right.
He played every character. So it has like, you know, Mario playing Darth Vader, and he goes like, you know, Loki, I am your papa. No, you're not my papa. Yes, I am your papa. No, you're not my papa. Look, you little shit, I'm your papa, so deal with it.
I've seen Jim Cummings, the guy who plays Winnie the Pooh, does Darth Vader. That was funny.
Oh,
Well, apparently, the Darth Vader that there was the latest Darth Vader that was who appeared in the film. I can't remember which one it was. The guy who actually played him, the 6 foot tall actor,
Yeah.
lives in Rill, and he'd held on this secret for 2.5 years. And fair play to Disney, they did something in Rill where he revealed himself to his 6-year-old son, whose favorite character was Darth Vader.
Oh wow.
Oh.
So Darth Vader is an actor from Rill.
I thought you were going to say, fair play to Disney, who had never heard of Rill before.
Yeah, but apparently they had actually, because he was so excited and he had to keep this secret. Disney actually helped plan some sort of mini parade or something and revealed who he is to his son. So
Oh, that's awesome.
it's pretty cool.
it's awesome for a big corporation to think about the small guy instead of the profit.
There was talk of some people, I think they were going to redub the Star Wars bits, Darth Vader, but replace it with Christopher. What's his surname?
Walking.
Not
Malkin.
Walken.
Luke, I am your father.
Ah,
He actually played Darth Vader.
James Earl Jones was the voice
Oh,
of
yes,
Darth
yeah,
Vader.
Yeah, he was a voice, but the actor who played him was Chris. I'll look. Hang on a second. What his name?
Right, guys, we'll have to put our modeling equipment down for a second because it's now gone 2 minutes after 10. So we'll let Tom get this last bit. This last bit
David
of Star
Trout.
Wars.
Christopher, sorry.
David? Trout? Right, guys, put your modeling tools down. The stream is now coming to an end.
I'm still catching mine.
I know.
Oh,
Now you have to go into the Crystal Dome and get all the golden tickets.
Your time starts now.
Thank you for watching.
Other impressions are available.
Thank you for watching, if indeed you still are.
Right, let's do the reveal of what we've been working on so far. So, Dan, since you're the latest to come on, you present what you've made so far.
Well, I've gone from this to this.
Very good.
If it will focus.
Leave it blurred over.
So what you can't see is it's actually oh, there you go.
There we go.
finally.
Oh, wow.
He's got his line in and his lettering.
Mm-hmm.
Just got Ben to do now and finish off the roof. But before it goes to small screen again, there's my very first ever O-Gauge Thomas that I built. All out of
There he
plastic
goes.
card.
Oh, look at that.
That's very good, that.
Very nice, man.
I think I built him when I was 13.
Not bad.
Wow. That's
Not
good.
bad.
Quality.
So I've had him for 22 years.
Oh, wow.
Very good condition, like for 22 years.
And this is what got me started on this stream tonight. Those are the other 3 Snowden engines being built.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Other brands of cereal are available.
The Kellogg's Mountain engines.
Do you know? I think we've actually now got an alternative name for this stream now.
Other streams.
Other brands are available.
This stream will no longer be available for a period.
Or we would rather have a bowl of Cocoa Pops or something.
Hmm.
So
We'd rather have
that's
a
me.
bowl of-
Okay, let's see now. Tom. Oh, Jesus.
Ah!
Tom, then Jesus.
The eyes.
Well, I've literally spent most of the stream working on this area here, and I'm just trying to work out. You can't really see it.
That looks really good, actually.
You can't really see it, but it's very, very bright, very vibrant colours. I'm afraid you can't really sort of see. I put a lot of tufts up here, and I put a few down in the trash. I've been changing them in between,
I like it.
and I can't seem to sort of get the right. I don't know if it's me being too picky or sometimes it looks too.
Well, sometimes you want it to be a little bit random because otherwise, otherwise it'll look way too uniform for nature.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get that, but at the same time, I just feel like it looks a bit too vibrant. Maybe. I might not be using the right, probably the right tufts specifically for me personally, but. Yeah, well, I'll just keep playing around with it until I'm happy with it. Really. I might have to try again.
Yeah, just keep working at it.
Okay, Max, let's see what you've made so far.
Yes, I frantically put it back
Make
together.
him stop.
So it's a start, but it's the beginnings of the motion bracket.
That is nice.
From Clang compound. So 2 pistons onto 1 conrod.
You did that really nicely, mate.
Well, just hope it make it run.
Pistons is something I've never actually modelled. I'm terrified of it.
Oh
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
still
gonna
I'm,
say,
I'm still trying to see if I can.
don't have them on the E2.
No. I might build an A1 or something.
Right. Ben, how have you done so far?
Yep.
So much time.
Stop that.
A bit too optimistic.
Right. This kit, I was hoping to have this kit done by the time the stream ended, but the cleaning out the flash molding and the wheel spokes has taken a lot longer than I anticipated, but this is where we've got so far.
That's actually very good.
The body's not glued on just yet, but we've also had to add in a little bit of filler here because the seam line was quite horrific.
Right.
So a little bit of filler there. We'll get that file down nice and smooth. But yeah, it's come along fairly well.
Wee bit of trivia as well for those interested by this particular type of car. The sound effects of this car was actually used for Postman Pat's van.
All right.
The doors and all.
What was the start again? That's the prototype, was it?
Well, no. The sound effects that they used for Postman Pat's van is actually from this car, the Morris Cowley.
Right. Sorry. Oh, yes, right. The real. I'm thinking it's a model. You mean the real thing?
No.
Right.
Yeah, the real car.
Yeah. I was going to say
Yeah,
the model.
this one's not making an awful lot of noise at the moment. Give me a minute.
Well,
If they were to ever make a soundtrack of our childhoods as we are now, I think they would have to include the click and the slam of the door from Postman Pat.
To be honest, actually, the BBC have actually released those sound effects actually for fair use, actually, for free.
Yeah,
So
free
you can
use or something.
Yeah, so
How can we adapt it for Thomas?
Can you,
the coupling.
well, I'll see what I can
Can
do.
you link me to where I can find those? Please?
Yeah, sure, I can. Yeah, I can. I'll send you guys the links in there after the thing.
Thank you.
So you're not going to fit a sound decoder to it then? The model.
I can try. might not have an awful lot of space, but I can try.
Be interesting. But though it'd be nice for a video like shot. Okay, so then for me, this is as far as I've got here. It's still got one more building to do here, but it's slowly getting there.
You've got quite a lot then.
Yeah, well, it's still quite a bit more left. It still needs to be done here. I still need to get the windows put onto this section here and get this glued in and get it all sorted here. But yeah, I've got all these bits and all sorted out now. So all that roof's come undone, so I need to get that fixed. But yeah, I'll try and see. I'll have to try and see if at some point maybe when I get a break over the Christmas holidays or something, or from working out there, to see if I get these finished off for my mate here. But yeah,
Is that another Metcalf kit?
Yeah, it's just another Metcalf low relief kit there that a friend of mine's asked me to make for him. So there's that there, and then there's another one like this here that still needs to be made up as well. So
Buildings fall down.
Hold on. You can leave it like that. Just put a couple of burnt black bits in the back and say it was the Blitz, not me.
It was like that when I found it. So you can't blame me.
But I found it on fire.
All fire buildings are also available.
Of all the rooms to burn in your uncle's house, the kitchen.
Why the kitchen?
Are you mad, boy?
Anyway. But yeah. So yeah, guys, thank you so much here for tuning into Modeller's Corner, guy, and also to Tom, Ben, Max, and Dan. Thank you very much for coming along to Modeller's Corner.
Thanks for inviting us.
Modeller's Corner will be taking an extended break. From my end, it won't be making its return till I think maybe next summer, because I need this time now to focus on personal projects. This including Branchline Engines, but also I've also got personal projects that relate to work wise and that there. So I need all the time I have available to focus on that there and to try and get everything done. So So yeah, so there's nothing else really much to say here other than thanks very much, guys, for tuning in these last 10 weeks of Modelist Corner. It's been good. We had a few ups and downs with certain models like Toby's side plates and Gordon's wheels. I was watching that stream the other day actually, and my god.
Tom electrocuting himself.
And Tom electrocuting himself. Well, to be honest, it was Friday the 13th or something or other when that
Something was
event
bound
happened.
to happen.
Yeah,
Guys,
so,
And luckily, Tom didn't lose a tool at all this week. You didn't lose
Well,
anything.
I don't think
No.
so.
Marbles.
didn't lose anything. Everything was all intact there. So
Except his marbles.
yeah. So so yeah. Nothing else left to say now, guys. But thanks very much again to everyone for tuning in. I'll let you know when Modelist Corner will be coming back. Again, it's gonna be an extended break here, but thanks again, guys, for tuning in here. Now, if you don't mind, I have to catch up on some Mysterious Seas of Gold TV series that I need to watch, so we'll end the show here. Take care, guys, and see you soon.